My dad became my best friend on earth, man. He became my best friend.
Yeah.
Supported. The manner in which he chose to now see me and what I had to give and the pride.
Yeah.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like
Welcome to another episode of 154. Today we're joined by one of the most recognizable and trusted figures in sports and entertainment. A South African, Haitian, and Black American, he has built one of the most diverse resumes in media. He's a television personality, celebrated commentator, insightful reporter, accomplished host, narrator, storyteller, journalist, broadcaster, actor, singer, musician, philanthropist, social activist, filmmaker, entrepreneur, and Emmy-nominated producer. You've seen and heard him across NBC, E, Vice, ESPN, Red Bull, and National Geographic, covering everything from action sports, global culture, to stories that connect people across borders. Also, X Games, don't forget that. He also carries an extraordinary legacy. He is the son of the legendary South African jazz icon and anti-apartheid human rights activist Hugh Masekela, known as the father of South African jazz. In 2010, he returned to South Africa with his father to cover the FIFA World Cup as a cultural reporter. And when he's not behind a microphone or in front of a camera, you might find him surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, making music, or exploring whatever comes next. Today, we're talking about identity, legacy, creativity, action sports, Africa, storytelling, and what it means to build a life that refuses to fit into just one box. Please welcome to 154, a good friend of mine for a long time, Selema Masekela! Hey! That's a lot of commas, boy. That was a lot of commas.
That was a lot of commas.
Comma.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
That was it, right?
I'm good.
You're good.
Oh,
we did.
man, that's
we
pretty
explained
cool.
everything before you got a chance.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
That is, that's the most humbling introduction that I've ever received. And it's very rare that someone talks about you in the totality of yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
Outside of the box that you're supposed to be known for.
Wow.
So just off the bat, thank you. Because I never hear that. Like, I'm aware that these are the things I do, but to
hear
I'm
it.
sitting here being like, oh yeah, that is me. God, wow.
Wow. Yeah,
That's right. That was
man.
a thing that also took place, and also yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for
Yeah, man,
the environment.
yeah, absolutely. We want to celebrate you, man. So
And when I pass, if you can come, and
I'm gonna bring the same card. Man, you don't understand. Philanthropist, entrepreneur, karate man.
I'm gonna update my will.
you had like 6 or 7 boards in there: surfboard, paddleboard,
You know, he had a board,
a snowboard, boogie board. There's several boards in there.
Board of education.
You play chess?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's the only board he doesn't do.
Yeah. I started learning a couple of years ago, but I'm not good.
Okay.
Chess is like,
chess is my game.
It
is
is.
that your game?
Oh, I love chess. Oh yeah.
Because they've written books on chess that are this thick.
Yeah.
So it's constantly changing. And I watched some of the guys in Union Square in New York. I watched these dudes play chess with the timer.
Yeah.
All black guys.
Yeah.
They bet, they challenge people.
Yeah.
And some of the best chess people come to play them. When I tell you, I've never seen this before in my life. These guys are talking to while they're playing.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, yo, man, give me my money, man. Come on, man. Yo, hurry
It's
up.
all predictive analysis.
It's
yeah. Oh, yeah.
unbelievable
Yeah,
how
in
good
real-
these
in real time.
the levels of chess.
They play street ball.
Yes.
Like, it's like street
Yes,
ball
right.
energy, but with chess.
Oh my God. And
I'll take
find
them all out too, by the way, in New York. Oh yeah.
Have you seen the Nigerian guy that plays about 15 people at one time? He goes to each table.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did see him. Yes, I did see him. Yeah.
Yo.
Right.
And he's just like,
That part, I've
That's
never
insane.
understood how people are able to do that
That's-
with multiple boards and just to be able to
But that's
I can only do that on one board.
But there's levels of chess. The timing chess. Then there's another Nigerian kid. He was a 8-year-old champion of all in his age group.
Yeah.
He beat everybody in the nation. It was but just chess. I stink. I read the book. I read the Chess for Dummies. And I'm a dummy. I'm.
Well, we're gonna get you up on it. We want to celebrate this good conversation, man. So we know you've been kind of all over. Your career's been all over. You're bicultural or multicultural. We're gonna get into that a little bit more. So we got a couple of things. We got to celebrate kind of the Nigerian culture. We've got some plantain here.
Yo.
We said, man, like let's just mix it up. Usually we have our chef and we said, you know what? We're gonna mix it up here. Now, this right here, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. You know this?
Yes.
What is
Yeah,
that?
this is kind of like Caribbean.
yeah, I know this.
Yeah, you know that,
This
right?
is really good.
So that's kind of the
is that
Haitian
good?
side of the family. All right, and then
Haitian.
have you ever had this
Naboule.
classic? I don't even know. Have you
What is that,
had this
Romans?
before? This
What
is
is that?
South African.
Romany creams.
Yeah, Romany creams. Have you ever?
What is this?
Why are
That's
you
South
making that
African?
face? Yeah, that's South African. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about this, dude. It's kind of. Is this apartheid cookies? What's this?
Romany creams.
Because it's white on the
Oh, man.
inside.
Those right there are amazing.
And this is really, we got Vitamalt. Have you ever had malt before? This is really big in Nigeria.
Oh, Malta, yeah, that's
Yeah,
wild.
all throughout
Malta's
Africa,
true.
really.
I've never been to Nigeria.
Really?
Oh, really?
It's on my list.
Yeah, so we're gonna
My father spent a lot of time there.
Oh, yes, he
sure,
has.
yeah.
Like he spent time there with Fella.
Yeah,
Like in the compound.
That's in the shrine.
We'll get
That's
into
what's-
that.
Yeah, we'll get into
Oh,
it.
that's
Well, let's do a little
crazy.
toast then.
Wait, I gotta open it up.
You need some help?
Bro, it's regular.
Oh, okay, my fault.
Wants to show off that he was in the gym this morning.
Like, yeah,
It's a good conversation.
my man.
I'm so happy to be here.
No doubt, we're happy you're here, man. This is great.
It's non-alcoholic. It's yeah. That tastes good, right?
Man, that's good.
Like a molasses
That's right.
syrup in there or something.
I gotta try this thing. I've never had this before.
More than 6 grams of sugar.
Is it always this color?
We're gonna be in here like
Only 46 grams of sugar.
40.
Is that right?
We're gonna be like, let me show you something.
That's beautiful.
It's 40s. Be careful now. You're gonna be able to feel
That
your
makes
foot.
that makes
You're like this. Wait a minute, my foot's asleep.
that
Lord
makes,
have mercy.
That makes a Red Bull look sugar-free.
That means some Red Bull
Oh,
shit.
man.
That is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, let me be careful with this right here. I can't see. Okay.
Hey, give us your full name.
Selema Masekela.
Selema
Mabena Masekela.
Masekela. That's
Nice.
cold. I like that.
Selema
And
Mabena.
is all of that South African?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Selema Mabena Masekela.
Mabena is the clan that we come from.
Okay.
In the Limpopo region of South Africa. Selema was my grandfather's name.
Okay.
Harvester, planter. And then Masekela is the family name.
Yeah, man, that's we love that. We love giving our kind of our cultural names. We also know too that your birthday is just a day before the great Michael Jackson, but your birthday sits alone on August 28th, and so we wanted to have something for you to celebrate your birthday.
Very old, so we figured we would bring you a gift.
From our very own 154 collection, you
you.
can see he's got his 154
What's
shirt
good?
on.
What
I've
you
got the
notice?
154 denim shirt on.
on,
and
man.
So we wanted
Come
to
on,
get you
man.
just a little something
My
to
design.
celebrate.
Thank you.
Me.
My first birthday gift of the season.
Look at that. Let's see what you got, baby. What we got, son?
There's a vibe right
Yeah.
here. Ooh.
Can you feel the
That's
quality?
creamy. Yo, this heavy.
Yeah, can you
This
feel the
heavy?
Yeah.
Heavy,
This
yo.
is not a cheapy t-shirt.
No.
No.
We take this one to the dry cleaner.
To the dry cleaner, baby.
And you can see we got the
cold
little
wash hang dry.
And you
That's
can see we
right.
got the little leather tag at the bottom
Oh, that's
too.
wonderful,
Just kind of
man.
elevated just
Thank
a little
you.
bit.
Thank
Absolutely,
you so
man.
much. I
Absolutely.
will wear this with supreme and ultimate pride.
Hell
Man,
yeah.
we want to talk about the, kind of get into your African heritage. And I know for me, I reached out to you after we had Lebo M on. And Lebo M was talking and he mentioned Hugh Masekela. And I'm going, Masekela. I only know one Masekela.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you didn't know the connect.
I didn't know the connect, and I called you, and I was like, yo, man, how come you didn't tell me your dad was Hugh Masekela? He goes, do you remember what you said? You said, well, I typically don't lead with that.
Right. Word. It's funny because when I would see him on the X Games, and he's Masekela, I go, he looked just like his daddy. I said, he has to be related to him.
Yeah.
You look at Hugh Masekela, because I've known about Hugh Masekela my whole life, from Miriam Makeba, Hugh Masekela. So I'm like, he looked like his daddy. I was like, damn, he must be. Then when I would run, see, he brought up, I've known this man 20-some years. So I was like, he goes, yo, remember Joseph's? I said, Joseph's, you son of a. Joseph's was a place we would party at in L.A.
Okay.
It was everybody and their
Monday
mom.
nights.
Monday
nights.
See,
Monday nights.
In the middle of the week is when the real people
Yeah, we
party.
didn't go out on the weekends.
Yeah, that's
that
for
was
cornballs.
Basic cornball.
So Monday night, during the Monday night football
to
game,
Thursday.
you guys are partying.
Monday to Thursday we party.
Monday,
That's how
you can watch
party.
Monday Night Football, then you go to the club.
That's right. That's right.
But for real, like Monday to Thursday,
Where
was
is
your
this
job
Joseph's
to be
place?
outside.
Where was this? I
It
never
was
heard
on
this.
Cahuenga.
Yep.
Okay.
A little side street right off Cahuenga, but there was
Was the 101
bunch of
right?
clubs.
Not too
Yeah,
far from there.
Not too far
It's
from
like
there.
it's in the cut, and everybody would go there. Like Rick, I've seen Rick James, Mark Wahlberg. I've seen everybody. DiCaprio. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Everybody was there.
But everybody was there, and also you couldn't get in because you had money.
That's right.
Or because you were famous.
How did you get in?
You had to get to know the door people.
That's right.
Oh.
And you had to basically be made. Like you had to, okay, are you doing things in town? Are you on the come up? What's your deal? You doing comedy?
Yeah.
Whatever?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. It was a place where young creatives
Yeah.
came together
Yep.
and hung and could feel free. And there's no phones, there's no
None.
social media.
None.
So
What year was this? What
this
was
is
the top?
2005, 6.
2005, 6.
I'd say like 2005 to 2011, 12.
Yeah.
It was popping.
The LA nightlife.
Poppin',
I mean, this
son.
is like this is in the time of DJ AM.
Yeah.
You know, and where the DJ was the star. Of, This was when, if you weren't dancing, you were a cornball.
Thank you.
Oh, so if you were up on the wall.
If you were on the wall,
Horny.
girls look at you like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Like, we are out on the dance floor, living our best lives.
Yeah.
Dang.
Music was in the pocket.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
R&B.
Those were
hip-hop, everything was all
incredible days. But that's where also like it's where you went out to hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And meet people.
That's
and,
right.
You would end up getting jobs, etc.
Yeah.
Just from being outside. Oh, I saw you on this thing. What else you doing? Boom. Oh, here's my number. Boom. You want to get on
Facts.
this? Like
Facts.
that was.
That's right.
It was social media. Club was social media.
Yeah. Now you were probably ordering bottles of coconut water because I hear you're a big fan of coconut
How'd
water.
you know about me and coconut water?
So
You just be-
we also have
down prizes.
Yeah. So
And look at this. Come on down.
Yeah.
And you hit me with the taste Nirvana.
Yeah, you got
the top shelf.
You kind of have to. Yeah, we did.
Top shelf right here.
Yeah.
You got top shelf stuff, man.
And we got.
He's just
we can kind
surprising
of
you.
pair that with the South African treat.
With the Romany?
Yeah.
Yo, and guess what else we brought? Hold on.
Let me show you the depths of my my blackness.
Okay.
I will not be opening this. I will be taking this home
to celebrate.
and long game preserving. the experience.
Yes.
Top shelf, nothing but the best for the best.
Hit me
Nothing
with
but-
the taste Nirvana. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right,
man.
let's talk about South Africa. Let's talk about your father, and obviously your father, massive star. Growing up and knowing Pops is, this massive icon, musical icon. What was that like, and where did you spend your time growing up? I mean, because you're born in the States, right?
I'm born in the States.
Yeah, born in the States. Yeah.
So my father was a political exile
Okay.
of apartheid. So he came here in 1959, 1960, ended up at the Manhattan School of Music. And so he's, hanging around with Coltrane and Miles and Dizzy and Monk and
Oh
all
my
these
God.
guys.
That's crazy.
And
Just
he-
casually.
in the bebop clubs.
In New York.
In New York
That's
City. Like when
crazy.
it's
Blue
this is
Note.
like Blue Note.
Jesus Christ.
Village Gate, all of that.
Man.
And when they're playing 2-3 sets till 4 or 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
and like the good set was the 2:30 a.m. set. Did you go there? That's when they're scraping it off the bottom of the pan, musically. And my father had come here from South Africa, listening to records on 45s in the townships, and next thing you know, he's in the place where these people are doing it.
No.
And they're hearing his style of playing because he's bringing his South African like Bakanga township roots energy. My dad's there trying to like play bebop, and they're like, Miles said to him, says, Hugh, play your man. Don't play our You gotta play your give us some of that shit. And that's how my father started leaning into merging the bebop of the time with traditional South African music that he grew up with, and sort of ended up being, by default, one of the creators of what we now would know as like world music, right?
Wow.
If you listen to his big hit, Grazing in the Grass, that bass line is like just some down home South African township.
Iconic,
like that's just what you hear in the streets, but with jazz over it. So growing up with him, I didn't really know I didn't know my father was a big deal. First of all, my mother and my father met here in Los Angeles.
okay.
My dad had become a superstar in the late 60s. He explodes in 68. He has a song, Grazing in the Grass ends up being #1 for like 17 weeks or something in 68. And next thing you know, through the roof.
Yeah.
Right.
The next year, the Friends of Distinction cover it and do
Friends
a
of
cover, and it's
Distinction,
#1
that's
again
crazy.
in 69. And now he's like, he's racing around the canyons, in drop top Porsches and doing what everyone was getting up to in the late 60s, early 70s, having a time
Of his life.
of his life.
Did you feel the shift and the change growing up? Like you saw, like you could see the shift happening, like as far as like, what did that mean to you for access? What did that mean to, like all of that?
Well, my mother and father broke up when I was young.
Okay.
Because my father was having a very good time.
Yeah, good, very good time. Like it. Yeah.
A very good time.
Yeah.
To the point where my mother was like, yeah, love you, but I can't raise a child in this.
Yeah.
And so she moved back to New York with my Haitian family.
Okay.
So we went to live with my grandmother. So my life was very much apart from my dad. They split up when I think I was around 2.
Okay.
I didn't honestly come into the full knowledge that my father was my father till I was probably about 6, because my mother remarried when I was 5 to a Puerto Rican man.
Oh, okay.
So,
Wow.
South African, Haitian, Puerto Rican.
That's very New York, though.
LA,
New York, yeah.
New York City, do the math.
Yeah.
And my experiences of getting to know my father was him taking me on the weekends. And on the weekends, I hang out with my dad. So his life was about going and hanging out with like expats and philosophers and poets and writers and artists and musicians, and like sitting around a table and discussing the world. And they're smoking weed, and like my father wouldn't let me go like sit off to the side. He made me sit at the table and listen. And then we'd go for a walk, and he'd ask me what I took in from that. And then at night, I go to work with that. So my introduction to my father as a musician was going to the club to watch him play and being a little kid in the club. And that's how I really came into any knowledge of like, oh, people, you're someone. And also watching him get on stage and sort of transform into this person who, again, he's away from home, not by choice. Mm-hmm. He's in exile. So he's experiencing this incredible well of success, but he's also in like active grief 24/7.
Being away from the family.
That he can't go home. He hadn't seen his father, his mother. And he's also still dealing with the trauma of like growing up in apartheid and escaping. Like my dad escaped with his life.
Wow. So I'm sure there's also too, perhaps survivor's guilt as well.
All of that.
Yeah.
And so that's what led to him being this incredibly brilliant creative who was also battling addiction and the coping mechanisms of what he was going through. So it was a very interesting dance for me as a kid because I saw this brilliance, and then I also saw this sadness that I didn't understand. And I lived a very modest life with my mother and stepfather. My stepfather owned a pest control business, and my mother worked as a makeup artist at Macy's at the mall. Oh. And so we had a very different life than what I would go and get transported to this, what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? And it was interesting, you know, I don't say this in any way to disparage my father, but what he was going through, he didn't necessarily, when I was young, know how to process into parenting. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, I lived in Staten Island.
Staten Island, damn.
Yeah, I lived in Staten Island.
Wu-Tang.
Like I went to school with meth.
Method Man?
Method Man.
Like Clifford Smith and I.
Clifford Smith.
Wait, what'd you call him?
His name's
Clifford Smith.
He's like, Method Man, who's that?
Yeah.
What?
Clifford.
We went to elementary school in the same classroom from kindergarten all the way to junior high. Like 8th grade. I got pictures of him and I in the Panamanian Day parade.
That's so crazy.
I'm Trinidad and he's Tobago. Like we're like 7, 8 years old.
That's hilarious. Does he have any Caribbean roots?
I don't know if meth has a Caribbean. But this is, you know, growing up in New York.
You're just celebrating everything.
Like you celebrate everyone. Of course. It's Panamanian Day parade, and everybody was like, all right, cool. Like, it was, you know,
that's
Puerto Rican Day, whatever it was,
that's
like
awesome.
his cultural celebration.
Yeah.
But so my dad would come on the boat, on the ferry, Staten Island ferry, to come and get me. And so he'd call me and tell me like, okay, man, I'm coming to get you, and you're gonna be on this day, and I'll be on this boat. And I could see the boat from where we lived in the buildings I lived in. We lived on top of the hill, very near the ferry. And I'd get excited when I'd see the boat come in. And then I'd be waiting to see my dad had a very particular gait, and so I could see him from my balcony when he'd be coming. I lived in these 2 buildings that they called the towers. And then sometimes like, I'm not there. And you remember, maybe it's the next boat. Maybe it's the next boat. And I'd be outside with like my backpack, and he doesn't show up. You know, go back, ring the buzzer, mom buzzes me in. And yeah, it's a very interesting thing when you're a kid, not understanding why he's not showing
the complexities
up. The complexities of what
and
he
not
was going
excuses,
through.
just the complexities.
Yeah, just the complexities. And my mother, you know, I really praise my mother. My mother never poisoned me against my father.
That's good. That's what's up.
Can
That's
I just say, and I would love for you to finish that, because there are so many people who experience this where, because the relationship didn't work between mother and father, they take that opportunity to poison the kids. And people think poison, and they think it's just like, your father's just, there's that.
Right.
But then there's also the subtle ones
Very
where, well, if
insidious.
your father was here, and, you know, I've been, you know, and doing everything to turn the kids against the father.
Yeah.
You see this so much, and you know what? A lot of men don't talk about it because, you know, there's this certain thing that there's nothing you can say, because the general public will be like, oh, you should have been there. You should have been perfect, and you should have been.
Yeah, villainize.
They villainize the heck out of them. But yeah, go ahead.
My mother did. My mother put her foot in my father's ass in private.
Yeah.
She made sure that he knew that he hurt me or he didn't handle his responsibilities, but she never showed that to me. And so she made sure that my love for him and my ability to continue to get to know him was on our terms.
Yeah.
And she was there for me when I was going through the pain, but she never turned me against him. And I'm very, very grateful for that.
You are lucky. You're
Super
genuinely
lucky.
one of so many. I mean, there are not many that get.
You're the only kid. You're the only kid, no sibling?
I have a younger half brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I thank my mother like regularly to this day. So growing up with, as I get a little bit older, and then people start to recognize your name, and like your teachers in school are like Masekela, like Hugh Masekela, and I'm like, how do you know?
Yeah.
You know who
Yeah.
that is, right? And then I start playing music, and now your music teachers are taking a very, very high interest in you because they're thinking,
What was your
The
instrument?
next one.
we've got a prodigy.
What was your instrument?
I started off on clarinet, much to the chagrin of my
Not
father.
easy.
Not easy.
Not easy.
The good thing is that my father and I read the same music.
Okay.
But my dad was heartbroken when I brought the clarinet home. He
No,
just
he wanted you on trumpet?
wanted me on brass.
Brass.
Trumpet,
Because he was
saxophone,
trumpet, right? Was
Something like, man, that's all you could get. You couldn't get a trumpet, man. What? I don't understand. Okay.
Did he think like clarinet made me look a little
It was
soft?
a little soft.
Because I mean, think about when
Like
you're
it was
blowing
like
on a
some Benny
clarinet.
Goodman, you know?
No,
like, yeah, like
that's-
it was.
the
it was-
flute is the worst.
And listen, clarinet in bluegrass, right? Like New Orleans style, like
Yeah,
it's
it's fire.
there. And my dad appreciated, but he just wanted me to be, you know, brassed up.
He wants you to be dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Which,
You like that, right?
ironically, that's when my dad got his first trumpet
Satchmo.
from, was from Satchmo.
What?
Satchmo sent a
Ooh,
trumpet to my
baby.
father when he was 15 years old because of the priest who ran my father's school, who had set up this band.
Yeah.
And this is, mind you, whilst apartheid is encroaching. My dad went to this school, this private school, where there was this incredible priest who was like, the government, apartheid, like, I'm gonna do everything I can to take care of these kids.
Oh, wow.
And his name was Father Trevor Huddleston.
Okay.
In fact, there's a film being made right now about my dad and Huddleston and
Dope.
their complex relationship. Comes out probably next year.
Are you part of that film?
My family is. I was actually I had an opportunity to play my grandfather in the film, but unfortunately, scheduling didn't work out, so I had to bow.
Oh, I thought Denzel took it. Something like
Cynthia
that.
Erivo?
Cynthia Erivo is playing,
Cynthia Erivo?
is playing Miriam Makeba, my dad's first wife.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's
Wow.
like
Wow.
they're shooting right now as we speak.
That's
in-
fire.
in South
Wow, oh, I can't wait for that one.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
So I've always wondered that, like, when you see stories of, like, you know, you hear sometimes, you know, how people might feel differently. I know Paris Jackson felt some type of way about the, you know, Michael
And
Brown.
Janet.
And Janet felt, you know, a certain type of way about it. What's your relationship with the upcoming film as far as, you know, do you look forward to it? Do you go, wait, maybe I can piece the gap? Like, how do you sit with that?
Well, for one, it's strange. Like, my dad was just here.
Yeah.
He passed away 8 years ago.
2018. Yeah.
And so when you're walking through the grief dance of parent loss, let's just take the celebrity and all that
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
That changes the entirety of your existence. Like, suddenly you find yourself in a fraternity that I did not want to get jumped into this space, because who you were before no longer exists. So that's one part that you're trying to work through, that in turn has you navigating all those different steps within your relationship, et cetera, et cetera. But now you're doing it with the whole world. Like, when my father died, it was, I'll never forget the day, like when he actually passed. He had been sick
Yeah.
with cancer, and I'd been going back and forth to South Africa to be with him. I had come home to come and do a job, and they thought that we had a few months. Like, I knew he was leaving, and you have to prep. Like, you're literally prepping the papers, and you've got a PR team. It's just that you produce, we call it, we produce his final tour.
Yeah.
Like,
That's final tour.
like this motherfucker's like, I'm going out with a bang.
Right, right.
And you got to navigate all of that, and then like my sister called me, told me that he had passed. I was on the plane. I was just about to get on the final flight back to South Africa to say goodbye to him. I'm sitting on the plane
Yeah.
Getting ready to take off.
in
to go-
Amsterdam, and my sister calls me to tell me that it's true, and it's already all over social media. Someone had leaked it from within our nurses, leaked it, and next thing you know, my phone is blowing up with people giving me condolences about a thing that I'm like, what's
And you can't
happening.
even process it, yeah.
And then I sat in the air for 11 hours.
Just, man. Man.
That must have been the longest 11 hours.
That's like,
Yeah. How did you even handle that? Like,
was it more
break
like
down?
surreal? Or
It
'cause
was-
some people handle things. It's not like people go, where you just
It
like,
was
what's
all
going
of it.
on?
It was like spontaneous combustion of emotion to
Yeah.
like blankness. Shout out to the flight attendants. There was like one flight attendant in particular who's like, they just took care of me the whole
Yeah.
time.
Wow.
Then you get through customs and your sister's there, but also the press is there. And it's like, it was wild. So anyway, there's all of that that you have to deal with and go through with the world, because your grief has to wait, because the world is demanding, how are you going to let us celebrate him?
Right.
Like, he's ours.
Yeah.
So we didn't even get to begin to grieve my dad until I'd say probably 3 or 4 months later. Like, I was in South Africa for 2 months. We did 4 memorials plus a private funeral.
Of course, a lot.
And you know, the country is in mourning.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing interviews with CNN. Like, it was like my father's passing was almost like a press junket. Like, all right, next is CNN, next is SABC,
Yeah.
etc. And you're just like, and I got nominated the spokesperson. So you're going through this this whole thing. So a lot of therapy on the back end of that to like navigate what life, how you're moving forward. And just to sort of button part of what we talked about in the beginning, my father and I went through incredible different tiers of what our relationship looked like. At certain points, it was completely fractured because I had to like start grieving him as if he was dead, because what he was going through with his addiction was so bad that I was like, let me just have this man be dead so that when he dies, I've already got a head start. So we, for like 5 years, from I'd say like 25 to 30, I just didn't f with him at all. And then my uncle had him kidnapped.
What? Wait.
My uncle had him kidnapped in South Africa, passport, bare feet, took his ass to London, put him in some place that one of the Beatles owned, like way out in the country.
Oh, to get rehabilitated.
Yeah, but it was like it was like a house with other people who had like never been in a situation where they just had to sit and be in face their, but not. My father couldn't handle or wasn't interested in like being fixed.
Yeah.
He could smell it, you know? And he was also like, he was brilliant and charismatic, etc. So he could bullshit his way through.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
had
right.
bullshitted
I'm
his
fine,
way
I'm good, everything,
through plenty. And this
Yeah.
was a place where he just finally had to deal with it. And then he got right. And I was mad.
That he got right?
That he
or
got
mad
right?
that-
Why?
I was mad because I had dealt with it a few times before. And so I'm like, y'all, you know what's the outcome is going to be. He's just going to come back out and be f***ed up again.
Yeah.
And then he did it.
He beat it.
Like, he got himself right.
Together, yeah.
I remember the first time I went to see him in New York after he'd been out, knock on the hotel room door. And you're just like, who are you going to get? I haven't seen this man in like 5 years. And he was like his old self. We sit down and we start talking, and we didn't get into like the nuances or apologies. We just picked back up from like our good shit.
Yeah.
And then we started forging a new thing.
Yeah.
And over time, we started addressing things. And anyway, long story short, like, my dad became my best friend on earth, man.
I love that story, man.
Like, he became my best friend.
Yeah.
Supported. The manner in which he chose to now see me and what I had to give,
Yeah.
and the pride
Yeah.
that he had. I had spent through all of our shit, I was his biggest fan.
Yeah.
Cheerleading for him, like watching my father on stage was. He was from the beyond in what he was capable of doing, in the storytelling and like stealing people's souls.
Yeah.
I used to say that, like, oh, we're gonna go watch my father kidnap people's spirits tonight.
heard
Like
that.
that's what would happen when he was
Yeah.
on stage, no matter how up he was. But now to have that turned back at me from him, and he's just there for me and cheering for me and showing up to X Games and just being
That's crazy.
What did he make of your
great.
own success
great.
and what you've accomplished?
He tripped out, man.
Yeah.
I remember one time he was on tour. He was on tour. You know, remember I used to be on E! Entertainment.
Hell yeah.
I had this show called The Daily 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came on Ryan Seacrest at 7, and then I came on at 7:30.
Yeah.
Me and these two girls, Kat Sadler and Debbie Matenopoulos. You know, I had my dreads.
Yep.
And at the time it was just Sway and I. We were the only dreadlock brothers.
And I
on television.
was like, man. I said, man, Sal, man, he's in these little spaces. How's he getting in there? Damn. Because X Games, I watched them because of you.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a black dude
Yeah.
hosting the X Games.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know, it was insanity.
To this day, I'm
Yeah.
like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
But you know, my mother and stepfather moved to California when I
Yeah.
was 16, moved me to a place where that's what they did. And I was
Yeah.
like, what do y'all do here? Okay, let me try riding that surfboard. Caught a wave. And I'll never forget like that 3 seconds that I stood up on a surfboard and felt the ocean moving me. And I was like, okay, this is my life now. Like I had gone to church a million times.
Yeah.
I had never spoken to whatever God was until that moment happened. And then that just changed the entirety of my life's direction. And I started skating, surfing, snowboarding. I'm the only person who looks like me in the space. People are calling me every word under the book and questioning whether I'm there.
Not racism. Did that come
man,
around?
That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, that's what lit and drove me to be like, I'm doing this. I didn't think that I would end up finding a voice and a face in it. I just didn't want. I became an addict.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I have to keep doing this.
Yeah.
To the point where I got a job at a snowboarding and skateboarding magazine, answering the phones and becoming an intern, and then doing sales and getting the brands. And then
when you were going through this process, what was your father thinking about?
in the
all of it?
beginning,
Yeah.
he was. In the beginning, when
Yeah.
we were still in our weirdness,
Yeah.
he was just like,
What are you doing?
here's a funny story.
Yeah.
I'm about 19, 20, graduated high school. I refused to go to college. I'm working odd jobs, construction. I had this dope job where I was cleaning car dealerships at night so that I could like be done at 6 in the morning and be the first person in the water. I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then I sleep during the day.
Yeah.
My family is like my aunt is a crazy academic. She had gotten me into Howard.
Oh, okay.
And they were all excited. Oh, he's gonna go to a black college. It's gonna be awesome. I'm not going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere.
I'm bringing reproach, shame, shame
To
all
an
of it.
African
all like all like the ancestors are like, what's happening?
and that shame is real, especially when you grow up
Yeah.
like in those African Caribbean. Like education is so big. Like to say that
Yeah.
you're not educated.
And listen,
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to tell you, I did not get it.
Yeah.
At the time. But I also was like navigating, it's funny that you said identity in the beginning. Oh man, the amount of identity that I was trying to process in who I was. You know, I also grew up a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh,
Mother and
man.
stepfather. Like devout, hardcore. I'm out here knocking on doors 3 days a week.
With
going
the
to church,
Watchtower?
all of it.
Woof.
So imagine I'm dancing between that at home, and then I go to on the road with Dad, and it's
This is amazing.
anything goes, and I'm ping ponging between what's I
The
couldn't tell
kingdom,
you-
the kingdom
Yeah.
hall, and
and like all, like wild.
Did Dad have a religion that he?
No, my dad is
a religion. What religion?
my dad's religion was music.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He'd be like, I don't know why you're in this square, man. I don't know what.
Square.
I don't know
He
what
called
your
you a
parents-
square.
What they're doing to you, man.
After
But,
after he hangs out with Miles Davis,
Yeah.
Dizzy Gillespie, Charles Mingus,
you
the
name it.
Bebop Giants, you are a square.
Yeah, a
Like-
square. And so when I would go and hang out with him, that's the first thing he would tell me. We're gonna get rid of that square.
Man, that's so dope. I'm sorry. That's
You know?
inspiring.
It was really crazy, man. It was really, really crazy. So, yeah, identity. I'm trying to figure this out. Anyway, my mother calls my father to be like, hey, we don't know what to do. Like, he's working in restaurants or working construction and like cleaning people's trash at night, and I guess he's happy because he just is addicted to this thing. But we got to figure something out. And I was living on my own, living in a studio apartment, like just hustling, paying my $500 a month, no car.
There you go.
Happy as could be. I bought a 1972 Volvo 244 GL for $1,000.
Let's go.
That was here at East Coast.
That was in San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
that's where
okay.
my mother and stepfather moved to.
Did it work well?
It worked.
Because Volvos are pretty strong.
But it was strong, but it had its days. But,
yeah.
You could always find someone who was going to hook it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we moved to California when I was 16, 16 and a half.
Yeah.
So I go to Harlem, hang with my pops. I didn't realize that my mother and father had this conversation. And now he's going to like put on his dad hat, which is very rich.
Right.
But like, okay, I'll indulge you.
Yeah, I'll hear you out. What you got for me, Pops?
He says to me, so man, you're doing this surfing thing, huh? Tell me about it. Oh, wow, you curious? So I'm telling him about it, etc. Like, I love it, I do it every day. It's okay. So like, can you do it? Like, do you want to be like a professional? Like, is there like a circuit? He goes, circuit? Is there a circuit?
Is there a league?
Because I'll sponsor you,
Dope.
I'll sponsor you, man. Like, what do you need? I'm like, what sorceries take? What?
Wow.
I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, man, where do you need to go? Like, do you need to go to Hawaii or what? And I never asked my father for money. Like, our relationship was not that way. When I would see him, he hand me some things, whatever. Yeah. But like, my mother and him didn't have that relationship. So I wasn't benefiting from being Hugh Masekela's son in that way.
Yeah.
Our time together was our time together, and our time apart was apart. I wasn't attached to him financially.
Yeah.
And so for him to even offer that was, what does that even mean? And I was like, and then you get this pride where I'm like, nah, I'm good. But I wanted to go to Hawaii and test myself more than anything. But I was like, no, I'm good. And he goes, well, here's the thing, man. You need to find a way to get into this thing. There's got to be jobs. Like, there's jobs in this thing, right? Because, I see you, man, and like, essentially, like, you're a broke surfer. And nobody likes a broke surfer, man. Broke surfers are not cool.
Your father's so cool, man. I'm like, calling you corny on every level.
And I'm like, for this man to tell me that I'm not cool,
that stings a little bit.
That's the ultimate.
Yeah, of course.
He might have told me he might as well told me that I wasn't his.
Right.
Because this is the coolest mother. Despite all of his shit out, my father was the coolest,
the baddest dude around.
Baddest mother on earth. And he just told me, you're not
cool.
Broke surfers ain't cool.
Damn.
And I need you to figure out how to be cool. Get your shit together. Figure out a way to get close to it. Because if you love it, that's what you're going to do.
Wow.
And a year later,
yeah.
I got a job answering the phones at Transworld Snowboarding and Skateboarding magazine. And that job, which I got from meeting a guy when I was bussing tables at a restaurant who had a badge on for a trade show that he was going to, an action sports trade show that had the logo of Transworld. Oh, these people work at the Bible. That's how I became friends with that dude. He saw something in me. He was like, what are you doing with your life? I'm like, oh, he's like, no, you need to be working with us. That job changed my life. That was the place that got me in. like literally like the sentence that Dad like forced into me was to find a way in. That ended up being my way in and began the journey that I would sit
Mind
in.
intervention. That's amazing.
You know, imagine, that happens, and then 10, 11 years later, my father is sitting at the X Games inside of a sold-out Staples Center.
Wow.
Damn.
And his son is
Host.
the host,
Yeah.
is the voice.
South Africa, 2010 World Cup. Probably one of my favorites opening ceremonies of all time. I mean, if you know, you know. You were there.
I was.
You were with your father.
Yeah, my old man was on the stage.
Crazy.
What was that like, man?
Insanity.
That was wild, man. It was so the then president of ESPN, John Skipper.
Oh, yes. Yep. Skip.
I had never met Skip before. Mind you, I had been at X Game, I had been at ESPN, started in like 99. I left in 2013. But in 2009, I get a voicemail from John Skipper. Now, why is the president of ESPN even talking to me? Like, this would be it would be like the owner of your football team who never talks to anyone, suddenly is like, hey, how are you? I get this voicemail, hello, Sal. I still went by Sal then. John Skipper calling. Listen, you know, we've got the World Cup of soccer coming up in South Africa, and we're really looking to really make an impact, you know, with what our broadcast looks like. And, you know, well, you've got some unique ties to the country that we'd love to talk to you about, especially with your father. Maybe you'd like to do some music or something. And we really want to get creative with what that looks like. So give me a call when you can.
Man, that's crazy.
What? John Skipper?
That's crazy.
So I called John Skipper back and we have this conversation. And do you think you could get your dad? John Skipper came from music before he got into sports.
I didn't
like
know that.
Rolling Stone style came from music.
Come on now.
So for him, he's thinking creatively about what this can look like, not just from a sports landscape, but the intersection of sports and culture. And he was like, Hugh Masekela is my guy. I said, I don't know. Let me call my dad.
Yeah.
So I called Dad, said, hey man, you're not gonna believe this one. My dad's a little quiet and he says, okay. So here's the thing, man.
Here's the thing.
Tell them, yeah, whatever, I can do music, that's easy. But what we're really going to do is you and me, we're gonna get in a car, we're gonna do a road trip throughout all of South Africa, and we're gonna show people all the various cultures and the people, and they're gonna know the richness and the diversity and the magnificence of the country and the landscape. We're gonna make that documentary and they're gonna play that during the World Cup. And then you tell them they can talk to me about music.
Right on. Damn, we're gonna make you work
Got
first.
it. He already had the plan. Oh, I got this
I was
one.
like, okay, I'll take that back. I called John. He's like, so what's up? I was like, well, here's the deal. Dad says, yeah, music's cute and everything, but we want to do this. He said, I love it. Can your dad come on over to the States and we can start to hammer this out? Called Dad, next thing you know, they booked him a first class ticket, and I'm 2 weeks later sitting in LA in a restaurant with John Skipper, my father, and some other
Get the
ex-executives
heck
at
out of here.
ESPN, and we planned out the entirety of their World Cup broadcast. So
This is during the Al Jaffe, Fred Brown era. During
Yes.
that time. Yeah, yeah.
And so my family ended up providing like the infrastructure in South Africa, like the fixers, the people on the ground in the communities that none of these other networks had access to, so that they could flip the switch in any township necessary. My uncles were on the ground as liaisons.
Great.
I ended up becoming the human interest reporter during the World Cup, and my dad did do the music, but my father and I went and did a 3.5 week road trip through South Africa with the best cinematographer and directors that
Dang.
you could find. And it played as like 5 to 7 minute interstitials throughout the World Cup of us showing you this journey. It was called Through My Father's Eyes. Was the name of the piece. And ESPN, when I tell you that when the ESPYs came around, brother, they won everything for that broadcast. And it is 100% solely traceable to what my father helped them build.
Wow, that's
bad.
And
That's
John's
incredible. Yeah, that was incredible. I got this.
That's how
one.
you be cool, man.
Yeah.
That's how you don't be square.
Exactly.
Don't be corny.
Like-
Let's do it the right way.
Because he could have just been like, oh, they want me to play? That's
He's like-
amazing.
He got, nah.
He's like,
Let's do it like this. Bro.
Yeah.
That's what he comes from that. It's like, it makes me go back to when Miles was like, listen, man, do your,
yes.
do it the way you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Miles Davis told you.
Yeah.
Nah. Bring your,
Literally was like, don't be a square.
woo!
What did
Miles Davis tells you something.
Yeah.
You listen.
Whoa, you tell me.
And so Miles Davis, said that. What did your father tell you or teach you about all the different tribes within South Africa? I mean, from the Koso tribe, the Swazi. There's so many. The Indebelés.
Sutu,
Sutus.
Venda, Shangaan, Kosa, Pedi. My father, this is what's crazy about my dad. He was away from South Africa for 30 years.
Damn.
30 years.
30 years of exile. My dad never stopped being able to speak 9 of the 13 indigenous languages
Your
of
father
South
spoke
Africa.
9
My dad
languages.
spoke 9.
Damn.
Vendan, Shangaan, Afrikaans, Zulu, Sutu.
How did he get to learn all of that? Because I remember reading Trevor Noah's book, Born a Crime, and I thought it was very fascinating, and how get into the whole code switching, and some people here in the States hear code switching as you're not being a real one, right? Like you're moving around in different spaces. And for him, it was a sign of intelligence, where especially coming out of apartheid and you hearing how in some of the tribalism and how certain tribes felt about one, he could immediately switch up and speak a different language, and they look and go, wait, you're from this tribe? I speak something. Or he could ear hustle and hear that he was about to get jumped and speak a different language. What made your father learn all them languages, or is that just part of the culture?
That's just part of growing up in South Africa.
Yeah.
Like, you could not ever see a school, but you're going to speak 5 languages fluently to live.
Right.
Because that's how intersectional and layered and diverse the culture is. So just growing up, like, you're gonna speak 3 to 5 languages, basic.
I think being in a multicultural area really, really, I admire, all the things, Godfrey and his experience. He tells stories about growing up in New York, and, I call Chicago, excuse me, in Chicago. And I call his apartment building, I can just visualize it. I've never seen it before.
My next door neighbor
But it's like the
Cambodia.
it's like the UN, like the UN.
That's what my buildings were.
Yeah, Cambodia, Laos, like America, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Philippines, Russian,
It
Polish.
does. I believe it also, in a strange way, did us a disservice, because, and I say that like cheekily, in that I grew up thinking that that's what the world was. Like, I grew up learning that cultural curiosity was just your responsibility.
That's a normal
And growing
thing.
up here in the West Coast, it wasn't like that.
No, it was
you very much had, here's the black neighborhood, here's a, Mexican neighborhood, here's Koreatown.
You say
it was all like kind of separate.
Well, Chicago is the most segregated city still to this day. Chicago is. And then it's Milwaukee. So, but I didn't really notice the segregation growing up. You find out because you would go to a neighborhood and then people running you out of that neighborhood. You go, oh, we ain't supposed.
Right.
Where you had Italian dudes calling you the N-word wearing Michael Jordan jerseys. That's
Same
how
thing in New York.
hypocritical. Because Michael, in Chicago, the biggest
But Michael was a different black.
right, different black, and the biggest names in Chicago were all black.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, Walter Payton, all the greatest people. Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, they were all black people from a really, really racist, segregated city. But all the most famous people
Was Refrigerator Perry part of that?
Yeah, Walter Payton. Yeah, when he drove, he went to score a touchdown, which they should have gave to Payton. But you know, but it was just funny. Like what? And you're talking about Chicago. They're known for the blues and house music, all the black inventions. Jean-Baptiste Dussabe, who discovered Chicago, a black Haitian man. All this black stuff, but then white folks telling you it was crazy. But my whole neighborhood, uptown, it was all immigrants.
Yeah.
My parents, everybody, my Indian friends, everybody had accents. Then you had black American, and you have, Jewish. So it was like I wasn't used to that until you went 30 minutes outside of your neighborhood. Then they calling you the N-word. You're like, whoa. Yeah. What?
I feel lucky that I grew up the way that I did, and also that my father taught me that cultural curiosity was where your wealth came from.
Ooh.
No doubt.
Also,
he was just intrigued by the sort of infinite ways that human beings show up and create and make music and make food and express themselves and dance, and you're like, what's happening over there? Yeah. My dad was obsessed with Brazilian culture 25 years before he ever got to Brazil. He was doing Brazilian covers of like the songs that he fell in love with, like Machinada, because he listened to singing and like bossa nova, and he was just like, what in the world is, like, I don't know this language.
He was Sergio Mendes,
Georgia Bank, like he was just like, that's our.
Yeah.
And so I was raised to be relentlessly culturally curious, and that we all shared in the thing. My father could have easily been like the most angry, we don't f with white people person on earth, given what he went through with apartheid. But he checked for who were the people who would like down to like collaborate and like get dirty for the cause. Who if you saw us, then he would f with you like a brother if you saw him.
Why did your dad, I mean, I know apartheid was a big part of that, but what forced him into exile? Was there a defining moment?
My dad was didn't give a He was like hanging out like underground, making music in illegal clubs with white musicians. And like those gatherings were illegal.
Yeah.
And he was in there like playing music, like engaging in activism and using the music to scare the police and to scare the government.
Yeah.
And so when you've got that kind of a voice, and you've got especially as young people who are not telling you what their operations are, but they're popping up and doing these things, then you become dangerous. You see it right now, like we're in it right now, similar, the way voices are being quelled, or the way you can get like snuffed out in social media, et cetera. Like it's all the similar type of setup that's taking place today here. And then my dad just had to leave. Like the special police, the secret police showed up at my dad's house like 2 days after he left the country. Like at my grandmother's house looking for my father.
And that was right around the time during the Sharpeville massacre. Did he ever talk to you about the Sharpeville massacre?
Yeah, I absolutely learned about Sharpeville. Like one of the things that we did when we were doing the World Cup pieces was we went to Sharpeville and honored the graves. And he tells me the story of what it was and what it meant.
Yeah.
My dad also co-wrote the musical Serafina. Yeah.
Oh with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. So that was a Broadway musical.
Oh, the Broadway musical.
Before it was a movie.
Oh,
it was a Broadway musical that he wrote with another cat named Mbongeni Ngema, and brought all these South African kids over that were my age. I was an understudy in the show. I was still living in New York at the time, and that musical very much focused on the perspective of the children, of the kids during the Sharpeville massacre.
And fast forward to now, there's, obviously a lot of turmoil going on. I don't know how much you follow all the stuff that's going on in South Africa. What are your thoughts on, you know, the
Xenophobia?
xenophobia? You know, there are a lot of people from, you know, Nigeria and
yeah.
Ghana and Zimbabwe, and there are all this stuff that, what do you make of what's going on in South Africa? Doesn't get a lot of play
doesn't
here
get a
in
lot
the
of play,
States,
but
I
Well,
know
the videos ain't helping. There's a lot of videos of, there's one guy who leads this charge, kicking people out. Like, what do you don't belong here.
Yeah.
Even though people have had businesses there.
For years and years and years.
One
And
guy-
it's not,
yeah. So, yeah.
so you're dealing with like
Small.
hot pockets that become amplified to be the entire country.
Yeah.
Right? Because we love to vilify and
Yeah, of
amplify and say, look. Also, and this is a thing that my dad used to say, you oppress a people long enough, when they get their freedom, there's a strong chance that they're going to employ the exact tactics of their oppressors.
Say that again.
You oppress a people long enough that when they get their freedom, there is a strong chance that they're going to end up exacting the same
same thing to you.
tactics of their oppressors.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So
Then we experienced
Well,
that in the comment section.
Well, it's been said that,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of Black American leaders have said, you have a fear, white folks have a fear that if Black people were ever to come into power, we would do the same exact thing that you did to us. That's what your fear is, but that's not our nature.
no,
that is not our
and
nature.
you should be really happy.
You should be happy.
Because if it was our nature, it would just be popping off
would
all
be
the
a
time
wrap.
and you wouldn't see it coming.
Yep.
Well, and what's interesting is that in South Africa, this is happening against Africans against other Africans.
Yeah,
This
it's
isn't
crazy.
this isn't happening
But here's the
against
thing.
white South Africans. This is
No.
happening against. So how is that happening? What's going on?
You got to go back and look at I hate to say it again, but the brilliance of colonialism, right? You had Portugal, Spain, and France, and England,
Holland.
and all these countries come in and be like, ooh, you see what's in the ground here? Rah!
Come in.
We're
Yeah.
gonna come in, ravage,
Take everything.
conscript these people. We're going to divide, right, and create borders that did not exist before
1884. Yeah.
under our flags. And we are going to sort of recalibrate what identity looks like in the richest continent on the earth and pit these people against, we're going to oppress them 80 ways to Sunday, and then we will leave them against each other. And so it really should not come as any surprise.
Right.
That there is now this like, no, mine that you see happening between countries. If you look up like the last few years of my father's life, all he was talking about was about Africans like begging the continent to get
Come together.
to 54.
Yeah. 54. Yeah. Yeah.
If we 54,
It's a wrap.
what? It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, baby.
And there's been a lot of that conversations earlier about, you know, the United States of Africa. But you see that even throughout the diaspora, like there's just so much of
Yeah,
a disconnection, and there's a lot of, you know, name calling and separation.
corny.
And
It's so corny, dog.
It's corny, but you know, there's this for the capitalists who sit in the high towers. They're just like,
And you know what's so crazy? And this is what really pisses me off. Of all the great conversations we get, some of the ones that go the most viral or get the most legs are the ones that talk about division. I really honestly feel like whoever, I imagine what the person looks like. I'm gonna call him Mr. Algorithm, you know, because
John Algo?
John Algo.
Well, here comes Algie.
Here comes John Algo.
John Algo.
All the conversations we have about what's together, you know, and a lot of people start picking together even like, you know, what the identity of even this podcast is, right? Of like trying to bring all of us together and talking about the history and and talking about the past and what's happening in the present and what the future is going to look like. It's the divisional points that typically gets the most run. And
Yeah.
it's the craziest, the wildest thing to me.
it is strange. And I feel lucky. Like I grew up with a dad who like thought that like Nigeria was the and Zimbabwe was like one of the things that my dad chose to do during exile was like, if I can't put my feet in the South African soil, I got to be on the continent. So he went and lived in Liberia. He went and lived in Botswana. He went and lived in Zimbabwe. He went and spent time in Nigeria. Like he was in
you said
Ghana.
he was hanging out with Fela Kuti?
Yeah.
And,
do you remember when
Sunny Ade?
Yeah. So do you remember when Foreman and Ali fought?
Yeah,
right?
the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire,
so,
at that time, Zaire.
Right. And so the music portion, that was my father produced that.
Wait a minute.
What?
When I watched When We Were Kings,
Yeah.
that, I don't know.
You see, there's a snippet of my dad.
Yes.
But then there's Soul Power, which is the movie that is the behind the scenes of all the music.
Soul Power.
right.
Soul Power. Part.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was my dad's whole idea. He and a guy named Stuart Levine put that together and brought all those musicians on the plane to go and play.
And Miriam Makeba
That's crazy.
was there, and she did that breathing thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
where can I get that? That blew my.
But
I was
like,
I was in the theater like.
Yeah, because that's actually on the album too, because that's the one with Brian McKnight's on that album.
No, but no, it's not on
No, that's
it's
the Brian
not on the
McKnight.
soundtrack.
No,
I was
that's not on the soundtrack.
disappointed
It's not on the
because I
soundtrack.
said,
That's
"What
right.
is that,
That's right.
Miriam Makeba? I want
Yeah.
that." And you know what's so funny? When I went to see When We Were Kings, I came out the theater. It wasn't packed. I came because I love Ali first off, and I was like, and me and Sting were in the lobby. It was
That's a flex, by
Sting.
the way.
It was not a lot of people, and it was me and Sting in New York, and he goes, "That was phenomenal." I said, "Yeah, me and Sting are just talking about this movie. We were
so
both in the
cool.
theater,
That's cool.
separate, but as you said, oh, Sting, he goes, "Man, that was phenomenal, man." It's like, yeah,
That's so
man.
cool.
Isn't that wild?
That's wild. When Foreman hurt his hand,
Yeah.
and they had to
Before
postpone
the
the
fight,
shit.
postpone it, yeah.
So Fela was like, "Yo, come with me. We're rocking back to the compound."
It's fire.
And so my dad and Stuart Levine, they went,
To hang out with
rented a little flat across the street from Fela,
Fire.
and just like hung out with him for a month.
That would be
And
that would have
the
been
stories
fire.
that-
If they filmed that.
The stories that he told.
Your father and Fela, and they have filmed that would have been.
You weren't there because you were born by then.
I wasn't there though.
Oh, you weren't
Yeah.
there. Okay, all right. I was gonna say how cool.
No.
I thought you might turn around. I was like, well, yeah. Actually,
You was in Staten
they left
Island.
me in the-
You was in Staten Island.
They left me in the hotel when I was going.
I was at church.
Yeah. But your pops was at the fight.
Watchtower.
Yeah, my dad was there for all of it.
1974.
Watch the movie Soul Power.
Kinshasa.
Like go back and watch that.
Wait,
74.
So there's a separate one called Soul Power.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the music one.
Yep.
Yeah. I got it. Okay, I got to make sure
Yeah.
because I'm
Ali, Boomaye.
Yeah.
Ali. I told you.
How many different countries have you been
Fast.
to in Africa?
Maybe 12.
Nice.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
like 12. Tanzania, Ghana. Yeah, I'd say about 12.
I see. I wanted. That's.
I would like to 54 before I'm done.
Same here. I'm at 8. I'd love to do 54.
I'm like 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. I got to ask you, I want to get into your career because your career is so important and fascinating. I remember the very first time we met, I believe it was in Hawaii. Now that I think about it, you were probably surfing. But I think I was doing a Pro Bowl and I had just got the job for American Ninja Warrior.
It was
Hawaii or somewhere. It was a Pro Bowl or NFL event.
The Hawaii event was when we were, I think it was around Surf's Up, the animated movie that I did.
Okay.
I think we were at something together.
It was like an event or something like that. Yeah.
But I told you the story
Go ahead,
about
Ninja Warrior.
about Ninja Warrior,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, go tell it. Yeah. That's how I was going to set you up.
Well,
yeah.
hold on. What happened? What
Go
happened?
ahead, tell it.
He laughing.
No, it's crazy. So I got the audition.
Oh.
They called me up. My agent's like, "Yo, hey, they're interested in you for Ninja Warrior." I was a huge fan of Ninja Warrior on G4, like the Japanese version, and then they had started the American version. I think Johnny Mosley was the co-host.
Mosley, yep.
And then they decided that they were going to replace Johnny Mosley, which was a weird one for me because I knew Johnny Mosley. but it was also like
snowboard extraordinaire.
Skier.
Skier. Yep.
Olympian the whole year.
Yep.
But they're like, yeah, he's moving on and they're looking for someone. I go in, do the audition, I leave, I'm in my car on the way home, and my agent calls me and goes, what happened in there? I'm like, what do you mean what happened in there? He's like, they love you. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it's yours. You're the new host of Ninja Warrior. I was like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. It's like, we'll get into the deal, but you did it. We're going big time. Now, I was probably 3 or 4 years removed from E, and the one thing that I said that I was never going to do again was entertainment television. Like that was destroyed my soul. That whole, like the toxicity of that whole was insane. So I had turned down a bunch of gigs on the back end of E. That show got canceled in like 2011, and I just was like doing my Red Bull. I left ESPN, I was doing Red Bull stuff, etc. But now the opportunity to do a network primetime show, huge. Yeah. They called me up and they made an offer. And when I got the offer, I was like, wait a minute. This is primetime on NBC.
Yeah.
And it came with a 4-year exclusivity.
Oof.
They had the ability to mandate anything else that I was doing as far as like brand deals, et cetera, et cetera. And my travel schedule with Red Bull was so crazy at the time. I was doing this show called the Red Bull Signature Series that it was like, okay. And I'm gonna preface this with, I was around Seacrest for 4 years.
Okay.
I watched his schedule.
Yeah.
I watched this guy come in, do a radio show at 5 a.m, and then come in and like with his handlers and team looking emaciated and unhappy, and then do E! Entertainment and then leave and go
do
and
something else.
American Idol?
American Idol.
Yeah.
And as I would get to know him, like when we'd have like dinners and events, I was like, bro, this dude is miserable. Like you got all this money, but you are like,
it's
like
not good.
the depth of like, bro, you're taxed.
Right.
Is it worth
You don't even have the ability to like interact, like pretend like we're not working. And I just remember there was an energy there that I was like, I don't know. So they make me this offer and I did the math. And I was like, this is gonna break me. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to balance it.
Right.
And I just had this moment and I called my agent and I was like, I don't think I can do it. I said, they're not paying me enough to forget what this schedule is.
Wow.
Yeah.
In retrospect, who knows?
Yeah.
But I was like, I literally, the term that I used was, I need amnesia money.
Word.
He said, amnesia money.
He said, what do you mean? I said, I need to forget that I don't have a life.
Word. Give me, that's.
If I take this job.
Yep.
Because what I was doing with Red Bull was so
crazy,
all over the world, and crazy.
Yeah.
And the other commitments that I had, that if I did this, then I suddenly was going to become that guy, which in our town is sort of what you aspire to, right? Like, yo, you're doing all the things. But I just felt something in my system where I was like, this will break me.
And especially at the beginning parts of Ninja Warrior, it was 6, 7 cities. You're going to be over here for 2, 3, a week. You're going to be over here for another. So to try to, and they weren't all like stacked up.
And they were trying. I was watching the teams try to figure out how it was going to work. And so there's a part of you being like, yo, people are scheming like this for me. Like I'm going to come back from Germany and come and fly in and do this and then go to this other place. And there is a part of you that's romanticizing it.
Yeah.
But I also grew up in this.
Yeah.
Right? I watched.
You've seen it. You've seen it with your own pops.
And I finally just was like, yo, we're going to pass. And
they said, what?
CA was like, what?
Your agents, damn it.
What are you talking about? I was like, I can't. Like, I can't. It's not enough for me. When it's all said and done, there's not going to be enough money there for me to forget what I just put myself through. And so I'm going to wait for the next thing. Like, that makes sense. We ended up being at the same management company.
Yeah, that's right.
At Roar at the time.
Roar?
Yeah.
Cahill?
Yeah.
Bernie Cahill.
Yeah.
I was at Roar for a second too.
Listen, Godfrey,
Oh,
here's the thing.
Dude,
Here's the thing. Godfrey.
yeah.
You're just gonna have to just think about it from this perspective.
Holy.
Stop trying to be so bombastic, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
I love Bernie.
Very cool. He followed me at Montreal Comedy Festival. He stayed an extra day to go, yo, man, what we gonna do, man?
He's a one of one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I remember seeing you,
Yeah.
and I knew you. I knew you knew your career, and I was like, oh, that's the brother. And then you came over to, and then you reached out to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember you called me about
What
the
did you
first
call him saying?
contract.
Yeah,
I got your gig. Click.
No, he called me.
My first contract after after the initial contract.
Right.
Okay.
Then I called you afterwards and like, hey, this is my first time. It's interesting to hear you tell that story again, because for me, I didn't know that. I was coming from the NFL.
Right.
And then I was coming in from doing college football as an announcer. And so when this opportunity came in, it was just like, yo, because I was very aware and, that I didn't have a big name in the NFL. My brother had a massive name, right?
Right.
I'm like, okay, wait a second. Well, this is it. And so I came in, and after going through 100 different types of auditions and being told, no, this one come about. And I just was like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. You get this because you're so just like callous from all the no's. I said, I'm just gonna rip this one up. And for me, growing up as a child of WWF at the time, WWE, I went in there and I just brought all of that inspiration into the audition.
I remember the first time I was like, they got the right guy. I was so hyped for you.
I appreciate it.
Nice.
Like I was just happy to see another brother get it.
Was it just gonna be you, or was that the white dude?
Matt Iceman? Oh yeah, Matt Iceman. Yeah, he's been there from the beginning.
He was already set.
Yeah, he's already.
They were looking for the
but I want to say that I do appreciate when I reached out to you, because I find in entertainment it's different than in the locker room. In the locker room, we talk about finances all the time because it's all written out there, it. So there's no problem in talking about. But in entertainment, everyone is guarded and they keep, you stay over there, you stay over there, you stay over there. And there are two people that I reached out to for, and I'm this way. I know even some of my team might get even frustrated with me, like, why are you talking to all these people? Because I have to get information.
As you should.
I'm naturally like skeptical, like, wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
How should I do this? Well, what should it, I have to know, right? I reached out to you and I reached out to Anthony Anderson. And both of you guys, and for anybody who says brothers don't keep together,
it's not true.
No, Anthony Anderson and yourself, you guys gave me the end, like, here's how you should approach it, because I'm like, any money you give me is better than what I was getting, right? And so I'm like, oh yeah, sure, but I'm like, wait, how do you get this comp? And you guys put me up on game. And so I appreciate it. And here I am 14 years later.
14.
You know what I mean? And
I'm so happy for you, man.
So I
That's
appreciate it. Yeah.
And listen, there is a certain end of this town where people will get locked into what I like to call only Negro in the room syndrome.
Man, welcome to comedy, bro.
Like, only Negro in the room.
Yeah.
And there's no room for you because I'm already here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna protect.
Yeah.
Protect. And why are you even talking to me?
Right.
Yep.
Because you can't do what I do, and it's this protectionism, and I'm not going to open up opportunities or collaborate or anything because it's every man for himself.
Yeah.
And I experienced that 80 Ways to Sunday when I got to this town.
You didn't even know me. You didn't even owe. We talked for a long time.
We talked for a long time.
You didn't owe me that conversation.
But I did.
Yeah.
I did owe you that conversation. I owed you that conversation.
Because you were OG already well established. Yeah.
But for me, it's like, that's the opportunity for us. I want to see everybody come up.
Man.
So if I've got some data, some life experience in this thing that can serve you to maybe navigate a couple of steps easier or go in with some knowledge where you don't have to run face first into the wall to find out, I'm gonna give that to you. Because I'm watching what happens when people hoard and take the mentality of the people up here in the C-suites and think that that applies to us. That doesn't apply to us.
No.
Especially when they're out here literally being like, we need one of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one of you is it going to be? We've decided that there's room for A.
Man.
I remember being in a meeting once with an agent, and they're thinking about what my deal is and what network I can go to, et cetera. This is when I'm really on the come up, and Next Games is what have you. And there's a group of agents in the room, and they've got a whiteboard going, and there's like such and such and such, and then like, okay, what about Fox? And then someone's like, it's not gonna work there. I was like, what do you mean? This was a show that I had developed. They already have a black person in prime time.
They already have a black person in prime time.
That's not gonna work. And they just excuse me.
That was the reason.
That was the reason.
Yeah, that was the reason.
And this ain't out loud with me in the room.
Damn.
So if that's what they're saying in the room, thinking that it's cool, then what do you think is going on behind the scenes?
Woo.
So when these opportunities come up and I have the ability from my 28 years of experience to put someone on, I'm putting you on.
No.
Because if I'm putting you on, seeing you win, that's, to me, I was raised with the mentality of that is all of us.
Yeah.
That's all of us winning.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was
winning.
It was beautiful, man. And to watch the way your career went from I wouldn't have been able to do the things that I've done since then if I would have taken that job. Like they're different, but those are the things that I needed to go and try to do creatively. And bro, you taken that thing and ran with it with various shows, etc. Here I am sitting on your show. Like it's just.
Well, you're sitting here because of the career that you've had.
No doubt.
You know, you've had a long career, and I remember I was just in Aspen, and and we ran into each other in Aspen, and I'm just sitting here looking at all the snowboarders doing all their cool stuff, and I'm just going, cool. And then I didn't even see you snuck up on me. I'm taking a picture, and I look in the phone, and he's like this. I'm like, where the hell
So you
did he come from?
snowboard too? You snowboard?
Yeah.
I learned.
But it's funny. I was in the middle of the broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And I'm walking with my camera crew, and I see this dude like.
And I'm taking pictures of the thing.
He's in the VIP.
And he literally
I just
comes
walked
and
straight in front of him.
He photobombs, and I looked, and I'm like, what the hell is he?
That's dope. That's dope.
Man, that was beautiful.
That's fire.
That was my first time in Aspen too. It was beautiful.
Crazy
Man, why are they
place,
so rich out there, man?
It's rich.
$20 million, 2,000 square foot homes. $20 million. What?
Yeah, I used to do Aspen
second
Comedy
and
Festival
third
up there.
homes.
Second and third homes.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sitting
Not
there.
first homes.
Yeah.
Those are.
Yeah, they used to have an Aspen Comedy Festival, and I did it, and I remember doing it, and I was with MTV because I was doing MTV I did Spring Break twice, two years in a row, and I did the 10 spot. That's when MTV had some fire. And the 10 spot, bro. I got so much pub in New York when I did the 10 spot because they were doing it on comedians. And this is the time when Big Pun had passed away. So I was in Aspen and I saw it on the paper, Big Pun passed away. And I was doing this thing, a comic at Aspen compared to a comic, my boy Adam, shout out to my boy Adam Hunter, who was doing laundry rooms in New York. And I was at the Aspen Comedy Festival in a hot tub and blah, 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 just talking about the different extreme things of surviving as a comic. And yeah, man, and then I got chosen to get snowboard lessons because there was this lady from Australia, I forgot her name. She had a real cute name, but she was a snowboard pro, and she picked me out. And she goes, I like that guy, he has the cool hair, blah, blah, blah. And so I learned to snowboard for a few hours, and I was like, you could break your neck doing this.
Yeah, fact.
If you're an athlete, you should.
No, but I'm saying,
I know, I'm messing with you.
I was doing a lot of martial arts at the time, so I knew how to fall and everything. But I said, if you don't, you can break your neck on this. And I didn't know that your feet
don't
get
come out of
locked
line.
in, because I'm used to skateboard, you gonna take your foot off.
No.
Or they're like, you locked in. I go, oh, what? Yo, you can't, I said, oh, hell no, right?
Yeah.
But I was doing it, busting my butt, 3-year-olds passing me up. It was embarrassing, but
I tell you, snowboarding
joke.
is so fun.
Yeah,
and
you did it?
I just, about 3 years ago, my wife snowboards, and she was like, I was like, babe, I don't do that. Like, I was like, and I'm teasing her about it. Come on. And the whole time we go up to Mammoth, and I'm fussing the whole ride through. Like, why we got to do this? It's just a
I don't
waste
want
of.
to be cold.
And it's expensive though too. Like
Oh, yeah,
up in
very.
Mammoth is expensive. We spent a lot of money up there. But we get up there, we get the
Success.
people.
Success.
No,
Success.
no. Yeah, we get the people. They get,
Sick of him.
you get all
Tired of
the
his dumb
boards and
expenditures.
all this other kind
He's
of
like
stuff.
this, lots of money on it. But other than that,
No, it's just like, to me, it's like, I grew up playing basketball. Like, there wasn't no.
we're fucking with you.
Okay, but,
Success.
bro, let me tell you something. I went in
I love it.
from messing with her to going, this was the coolest thing I'd ever done. And
Yeah,
I
snowboarding's
fell
dope.
probably 100 times because
Yeah.
I'm like
Snowboarding's
the person, the teacher or whatever, the snowboard instructor was supposed to be working with us. That class got impacted. So I said, you know what? I'm an athlete. I'm just going to do it myself. So I would go and I didn't know how to stop. So I just was like, oh, there's a tree about 100 yards away.
no.
I'm not dying that way. I would just fall. I would just fall
You
back.
did the right thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you
And I
just
worked
fall
my way
back?
because I didn't know how to really do it, right?
Right.
So I'm on the slope for like 2 hours, like essentially teaching myself. Then I go to it, which is actually probably better. Then I go to the instructor and then tell him to just lean back on your heels.
because they say don't be afraid of the edge.
Yeah, the edge.
Don't be afraid.
That's your friends.
Yeah, that was it. And let me tell you something. I got off on the slope, man. I was probably spent 6 hours. I got home and I didn't know it at the time. It was like, it's like I played in the NFL game. Somebody just took a bat and just beat me all the way up. My whole
Yeah,
body
the
was
next day,
sore.
the
I was-
next
I was
day after
beat
your
up.
first
But
day.
it was great. I was like a little kid. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go home.
That's why I still ride 50 days a year, because it's like, it's play.
Yeah.
There's the freedom of harnessing gravity and navigating a mountain, and you have these times when you just literally feel like you're flying.
You don't do those black diamond ones though, do you?
Yeah, bro, I jump out of helicopters and like
You're
I,
badass.
I go
X-Man.
fly like in helicopters to go.
We're gonna have to have the Malcolm X games by any means necessary, the brothers. And you know
How
that-
are you getting down? By any means necessary.
There's that black skateboarder, that young dude,
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
the one that does the tricks and he hits his
Oh, are
body.
you talking about snowboarder or skateboarder?
Snowboarder.
Zeb Powell.
Man, I've been watching him for the past
Zeb
year.
Powell.
Yo,
That's my guy.
I'm sure you know
mentored
them
him.
all. That's what I want to meet. I'm just like, I got to meet this dude is doing stuff.
Oh, he's the.
Oh my God.
You don't have to know anything about snowboarding to see Zeb Powell and be like,
You go,
all right,
yeah,
I with that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
hitting he does this thing where he hits his body on the ground, comes back up. It's
called the knuckle hop.
insanity.
Yeah,
You know,
he's. I
it's-
made a movie about him.
Did you?
I'll send it to you guys.
Send
Yeah,
that
I
to
wanna-
me,
I made a movie
I
about.
love
I made a
that.
movie about him.
I want to know about, because I'm so intrigued that a brother, I know Carlsbad, I went to San Diego State, I know North
County.
County.
Yeah.
I know all of that area, Solana Beach.
So white-toe.
Yeah. So
white.
That's what my dad used to say.
Soweto.
So white.
From
visit.
Soweto to Soweto. That's funny. I never heard that before.
Soweto is so funny because my uncle, who was a famous musician, Sonny Okosun in Nigeria, one of his most famous songs was Fire in Soweto.
Wait, who was your?
Sonny Okosun.
Yeah.
That's my uncle.
Okay.
Fire in Soweto. That's,
My dad and him knew each other.
listen, tell me where you're going to
Yeah,
go
I know that
when
song.
the forces
Yeah,
come. That was the jam. Like, that was one of his big albums. Yeah, that's my uncle, man.
That's crazy.
Is it good?
You
Yeah,
guys got both
Yeah, they
music-
all knew each other. Everybody
Yeah, they
knew
all
each
knew
other.
each
King
other.
Sonny, everybody knew him.
they
man.
all knew each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was that like surfing? Like you're a black surfer. I mean, I'm just sorry. I just never.
Wait a minute.
I've never seen one.
I got something for you.
Yeah, no, he knows that.
Wait a minute,
We'll lead him there.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Whitewash, the
Yes.
documentary.
Which I'm in.
Yeah.
I saw the documentary. Ben Harper narrates it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you saw Whitewash?
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
like
yeah.
2000 and
That's
Yeah, I
early,
saw it a
early,
long
yeah.
time ago.
8,
But
maybe?
Yeah.
the thing that was great about the surfing documentary, and the guy that was part of Dogtown, the guy, he was in that too. The long blonde haired guy,
Yeah.
he knew his history.
Yeah.
He goes, surfing started in the coast of Ghana.
17th century.
yep.
And they didn't even
It's a
call it
fabulous-
surfing. They were just floating on these boards.
Yeah.
Surfing was with the white man brain. He said, we called it surfing. That's just what they did. And then there's that video of those men teaching Ghanaian children how to surf. And they don't even know that. Whitewash is phenomenal.
It really is.
phenomenal. That was
and prior to that documentary, I was gonna say prior to that documentary, I had never seen that. So to even know that like you were surfing, like I'm like, you go out to the water, whether I was in San Diego or I'm here in LA, and you just don't see that culturally.
And I dealt with it from
what was
both
that
sides.
like? Yeah, what was that like?
Yeah, what?
The white kids, I remember when at Carlsbad High School, when I told one of the kids that I was gonna learn how to surf. Like,
oh boy.
She's like, hey man, how you liking it here, bro? I was like, oh, I'm excited, I'm gonna learn how to surf. This bro looked at me like, with concern.
With concern, not like interesting. I thought that was an interesting face. That was it with concern.
He's like, we're gonna get you some.
With concern, followed by, and this is like straight-faced, and I say this all the time, unbeknownst to him, it was the most unracist thing he thought he'd ever said. He was serving me with a public service announcement. But you guys don't even swim.
Man, ain't that a trip?
What do you mean you're gonna learn how to surf? And I was like, what? I was speechless, but he really thought, like, he was like, but you don't swim.
How was it gonna be
How?
Or you can't surf if you can't
If
swim.
you fall off the board.
Bro, if you don't know how to swim, how are you gonna surf? Bro?
Hang 10.
And
Hang 10.
how did you respond to that?
I laughed because I grew up in the buildings I grew up in Staten Island.
Yeah.
The Castleton Park Apartments, across the street from Curtis High School. Very middle class community, but the one thing that we had that none of the other projects had was a pool.
That's right.
And you had to have picture ID card that said that you lived in our buildings to with the pool. And so we would sit there all winter long, frozen, in the pool, just like dreaming about, oh man, summer, man.
It's gonna melt.
Wait till summer, and then they'd start cleaning it up, and you see them pouring the chlorine, and next thing you know, it's on.
I
And
love you swim, right?
Oh yeah.
we lived in that pool. And as you do growing up in New York, you make up games, right?
Right.
Like
right.
you always making up something.
Dunk the whoever slam you into
all of it. We had a game
What was that game
called
called?
Shark.
Oh boy, here we go.
The shark that we all know, or a different type of shark?
I don't know, we'll see.
Okay.
You get somebody's like older brother on one side of the pool, and then all the little kids on this side of the pool. We jump in and we have to swim underwater, make it to the other side, touch the wall, and come up. Meanwhile, the shark is trying to catch you. And if he gets you, he has to pull you up to the surface to where your face breaks the surface.
Okay.
And then if he gets you, then you join him and become a shark. And your goal is to be the last kid standing.
Oh wow.
That's
Against
crazy.
all the other
I
kids.
like that game.
That's Ados. Oof.
This game was violent beyond comprehension.
Tackle swimming.
How none of us died is insane. Because you're fighting for your pride and honor. So breath. Like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of this thing and I'm gonna swim. We had a 6-foot pool, which might have been 50 feet when you're a little kid.
no doubt, when you're little.
And you're swimming across the bottom and you're hiding, trying not, you see the fracas going on, be like,
Eyes
navigate
burning with the
eyes burning with the
chlorine.
chlorine. But that was the deal. And so by default, we all quietly became the most like high level watermen, like aquatic superstars because of our pool.
Yeah.
Did you do the one breath from one end to the other? Because we would do the one breath.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to come up.
Yeah, you would do the one breath. We'd had a challenge. You
Yeah,
go
to
from one
see-
breath and go all the way to the end. And we
Yeah.
would do that.
We would
And
do
you
that.
get laughed at if you
Who
couldn't
could make
it.
who could
right.
who could make the
I
most
remember
laugh?
one kid that did it the first. This guy Michael. He was a biracial kid. He was like,
His white side.
he was
came
like this.
through.
I can go one breath all the way underwater and not come up. He was like, get out of here, Michael. That dude said, And we were like, oh my God.
And then that became the
one
thing.
Breath, all you see is him.
So
we were like, I'm trying. And then we all learned and we were able to do one breath because we all could swim. Because my father wasn't playing actually. My father would take us to his health club and he'd be like, there's 80% water and you can't swim. That's foolish. You will come every you will come, come to the swimming pool and we will swim. My father was a swimmer. Yeah. So boom, with my brother, we're like 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'd be in there. Then we would do the Boys Club of America. We had swimming nights, and you go in, and my mother say, "Go to the pool as fast." And we just got. We were amazing. So 6, 7 years old, picking up bricks from 9 feet. Like
that was us.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, tread. How long you gonna tread?
The first time that a wave took me. And I felt the power of the ocean. I remember panicking, and then I just flashed back to oh wait, I know this.
Right.
I flashed back to the pool.
Have you ever tried to surf?
No. I've had friends to tell me, and I was like,
I've done it.
But I mean, older now. I'm like, this is gonna come out and get hit up.
I tried it in Honolulu.
I got some brothers in Waikiki, these Hawaiian boys that will get you
How long
I'm gonna be in Waikiki
for me to learn how to.
You will stand up on the first day. Put you on a giant board.
On the first day,
get the long board.
Giant board on long slopey waves with these dudes. I'm telling you, if you're going to Hawaii, I will literally.
I'll be there in November.
You got a foundation?
I got you. I do.
I'll donate to your foundation if you can get this big old dude, 6'6", 270, on a surfboard to stand up.
You just wrote a check.
Okay.
Also, what a way to tell us that you're doing well. Congratulations.
Gotcha.
Because whenever they're like, I will donate to your foundation. You are doing great.
Well, I was going to donate $20. I was going to donate $20.
Listen, and when I was in
this economy, congratulations, sir.
Word. I was in Honolulu some years ago. I was doing some shows out there, and the radio dudes were like, "You have to turn on a second." I love to watch surfers, my whole life. And I said, "Yeah, I want to try this." I said, Bobby Lee?
Yeah.
So Bobby Lee he was leaving Honolulu and his back was, and Bobby Lee's one of the funniest human beings. Yeah. And he's all red and white, just red. He looked like a lobster. I go, what were you doing? I was learning how to surf. And it's difficult, man. I'm burning up. He looked crazy. I was like, yeah, I want to learn. So the guys, the radio dudes, that I did this Hawaiian radio was like, yo, we're gonna teach you how to surf, man. You gotta learn how to surf. I say, all right. So I get the longboard attached to my foot because I could swim. So I was like, I know I can swim, so I'm good. So they say, yo, you gotta get on the chest, you gotta so I'm doing the thing. I'm like, all right, come on. So I'm with these surfers, like, yeah, I got this, boy. Let's get there. We wait. All right, get on your board. So you turn your board and you wait. So everyone's waiting for the wave. They're like, hey, come here, what's up? And I'm like, yeah, chilling, right? And I said, are there sharks? First of all, there's sharks there. That's what bothered me. I was like,
now we talking.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, here we go with this. I was like, he's like, nah, man, they just nibble on you every once in a while. They're with me. Then they say, when the wave comes, you got to hit it, man. You got to hit it.
Got to commit.
All right, I'm not sure what they're talking about. I said, okay. All of a sudden you hear, here comes the wave. And you got to go. But then they get real territorial.
Who, the sharks or?
No, them. I should have lied and said, yeah. I said, yeah, so the great white comes, man. You got to be careful, bro. Because the sharks, they jump, man, they leap, and they grab. He said, the sharks?
Because I know they got a lot of sharks in South Africa. That's what I was saying. I won't get in that water in South Africa.
Listen, no, the surfers kind of turn on you. Nah, the same dudes that had me out there were like, yo, get out the way or
There's
get
a
hit.
whole right away.
Yeah.
Things that you have to learn.
There's a code.
The ocean's big. What are you talking about? What rules?
No, watch. Tell them.
It's like, there's certain rules on the basketball court.
Perfect.
Etc. If you're waiting for a game, right? Who's got next? It's literally like that when the waves are coming. It's being in position and honoring who's got next. Who's the closest to the place where the wave is breaking,
So if I jump in front of it, I'm out of order.
Yo, and
we might end up fighting on the beach.
No.
I stayed
Brother,
on for,
yes. We might end up, it's not the way it used to be, but when I was coming up, oh yeah, you just see people scrapping on the beach, which is absurd.
Yeah, they fight hard.
Hawaii in the like 80s, 90s, early 2000s, especially on the North Shore of Oahu, people would get sent to the hospital.
From fighting, not from getting turned up.
Not from the waves kicking their ass, from getting their asses kicked for violating the rules that they either chose to violate or they didn't know about. Either way, you are getting clapped.
Wow.
So I was there the whole day learning, and I stayed on for a couple seconds, falling off, and that thing, my board went whoop. Hey, man, but I could swim. Here's the thing: I go under the water, come back out. They're coming towards my head. Get the f out of the way. I go right down under the water, wait to come back up. I was like, oh, you guys, this is no joke.
It is no joke. We're not going to put you in that situation.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you ain't getting no check.
The boards now that they have,
What do they have
like
now?
these soft top boards.
Okay.
Oh, it's
like,
better?
Oh yeah, way
It
better.
won't bust my teeth?
Not gonna bust your teeth.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm telling you, I'm gonna change both of your lives.
Please.
For real.
I'm bringing my whole
And
family.
I'm getting
bring your
too old
checkbook.
for that.
Yeah, I will.
Because you are making a donation to the Stoked Foundation.
Okay.
You're going to go viral with your, what are you, 6'5"?
6'6".
6'6".
I need that extra inch.
Yeah,
Whoa.
6.
Yeah,
We're going to have your 6'6".
Even if your knees aren't that great, you still be able
Yeah, that's the other thing. My knees. Oh, I got football knees.
You're fine.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
Does the board help you up or something?
It's not that serious.
Well, okay, one other thing.
we got
Can you
these
get
new
up out of that
help
chair?
board. You got a
And
hand.
you can get up on a surfboard. Yeah, you're fine.
You
You're fine.
got a little special handicap board.
No, you
Hold
got
on.
little
What about-
rails on
no,
it.
The ocean is cold though.
No.
Man,
Hawaii,
you worried
the
about
ocean
the
is warm.
ocean's
Oh, yeah. Like,
No,
Well, don't you have suits? If it's
You have suits, but
depending on the
I'm allergic to neoprene.
The water is tropical, brother. I got you.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna be there in November.
I got you.
I'm
I got
doing
you.
shows out there
I
now.
got
I might just have like we gonna film.
I got,
Can we
like-
film this?
Yes.
Yes.
And these dudes film it too. Like you're gonna go viral.
Now, how should I like act? Like, I mean, is there?
Oh no.
I don't.
How are you gonna act?
I don't
You
know,
have to be
like-
like this. Yo, bro, I'm ready, dude. Let's hit it.
Just
Go.
act like
Whoa!
just act. You're gonna act like you're learning something for the first time.
Okay, all
You
right.
don't have to be anything.
Akbar's
other
I
than
don't
like
have
this.
to say. I don't have to say.
Just let me know when there's a
totally
show.
no lingo required. In fact, the less
Akbar's gonna be like
the
this.
less.
Hey, hang 10.
No,
Hang
no,
10.
I'm gonna like totally tubular.
Wait,
No.
what did you just
There
say?
would be none of that.
Tubular. No, I want him to say that. Nah, let him do it.
No,
let him
because
do
you're
that.
gonna f me up. It's gonna come back to me.
What you got this dude saying? What you
I think of this. Man, you got to stop this square.
Yeah, they're gonna, exactly.
So where all have you been? Have you been surfing in Africa?
I have been surfing in South Africa,
Bali.
Senegal.
Indonesia,
Wow, damn.
Puerto Rico, Tahiti,
No Bali? No
Fiji, Bali,
Obviously California.
obviously California,
Wow.
Puerto Rico, Australia, New Zealand,
Damn.
Nicaragua, El Salvador.
Wow.
And you travel with them boards, or you just go rent one?
I travel with them, yeah.
Oh, so you have to have your own thing or whatever. So
Yeah.
this is what I got to ask you.
I got special bags. I'm about to go to Indonesia, to the farthest southern coast of Sumatra, to a remote island chain that will boat out to called the
surf.
Mentawai Islands
To surf.
to surf. I leave next Tuesday, and I'm bringing. Can't believe I'm gonna say this out loud, but whatever. I'm bringing the first ever delegation of surfers from across the African diaspora.
Let's
to
go.
Go be on this
Let's go.
surf trip, and I'm making a movie around it.
That's going to be fire. I was watching, there's a surf.
That's really
there's
cool,
a Ghanaian
yeah.
surf. I bought one of their t-shirts. Sankofa? Mm-hmm. Sankofa.
Yeah, the Sankofa surf.
Yeah, I
followed them.
got one of their, I bought one of their,
Yeah.
where their long sleeves. It's a surf club. These African kids are murdering.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of money in surfing?
There's money on the world tour, but for a very small amount of people. And then there are sort of surfers who have sort of an influencer type deal. They post clips of themselves surfing, etc. and they get sponsorships from clothing brands, etc. But the money is not what it was.
I have
10
to
years
bring
ago.
up, I know I don't want to, but is the race thing a part of it or no? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to throw it in there. Because you know, they go, no, you're going to be up the race thing? You know, it's not my fault, but I want to know what there's a big aspect in that.
Yeah. Like, what I experienced, you know, I talk about it a lot. You find this thing that you fall in love with, right? And also, like, you got to think about the nature end of it. Like, you find yourself, like, building relationship with nature in a way that you never knew was possible. Like, you're out there in the ocean, floating, alchemy, 90% water. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. And then some energy that has traveled from a storm thousands of miles away makes its way through the ocean and comes to die on the beach that you're at. And before it dies, it manifests and turns into a wave as it hits the shallows. And then you harness that and you dance to those rhythms until it's over. Like, it's wild. It's the wildest thing ever. So you're in this self-discovery and expression. I liken it very much to when I was a kid, when I saw it for the first time, I'm like, oh, that's breakdancing on water.
Breakdancing on water.
I want to do that. Like that, they're b-boying on water.
Yeah.
Like I want to do that. And then the first time you get hit with a hard R, that's what are you doing out here? You're like, what? Like hard R? Like hard R.
Wow.
And people telling you that you don't belong out there and beat it and head to the beach and all sorts
Like head to the beach, like get on the sand.
out.
Get out and go to the sand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially like you might show up to a beach that's not where you're from and they've never seen a you before.
Yeah.
To this day, I've been doing this for 38 years.
Damn.
And you'll have no one will tell me to leave, but you can feel the thing where they're just like, what's going on out here? I remember 2020, 21, I was in the parking lot at this beach in northern Malibu, and another brother pulled up next to me in the whip, and he's getting his board out. Bro, we looked at each other like, hey, man, how are you?
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
How'd you start? Like you're just, suddenly the whole parking lot might as well be us.
Right.
Because most of the time you're the only. And you're dealing with the microaggressions and or macroaggressions of what being the only is like. But you love the thing so much.
You don't care.
take that.
You learn how to process it. These other dudes, they just go in and out of the water all the time, like not asking for or having to like make a case that it's their space or asking for permission. But you just learn how to subconsciously process this. This is how much you love this shit.
Yeah.
Because they own the water.
So I see this brother. We start talking. The guy in the car next all over. At a certain point, he just goes, I'll never forget this. Why didn't you say hi to me? We look at each other.
This feels like an 80s bully.
What? He's like, yeah, why didn't you say hi to me like that?
And what'd you say?
I was like, I don't know you like that. Like, we're having a moment, we're happy to, and he starts to go off on this whole thing about woke and this and that and race, and you guys make it about race. Wow. Who guys?
Oh yeah.
You're seeing two black people enjoy seeing each other in the wild.
Right.
Like, we're just out in the wild, acknowledging
why are you happy?
And our happiness at seeing each other in the wild has bothered you to the point where you're going to create this crazy loop.
You're gonna ghettoify our water.
To the point where it almost came to blows. Fortunately, there happened to be some white folks in the parking lot, not white people, but white folks who were like, let me step in and use my whiteness to send this man out. And they like sent him packing. And he couldn't believe that they were telling him that he was wrong.
Of course.
Like how, he was like,
you're one of those lovers.
Yes.
Yes, you're one of those lovers.
How can you do this?
Yeah.
And sent him off packing.
Wow.
And I remember like Now I got to process this thing that just happened.
And this was in the States or the
This is in Malibu.
Oh, Malibu. Oh, you said Malibu, yeah.
And now I got to go paddle out. I remember being in the water. I'm waiting for getting in the lineup, and now I'm trying to like let this wash off of. I came out here for joy.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
But I'm navigating this thing. So anyway, to answer your question, I've dealt with it a million ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's not just me. We are growing. It used to be I didn't see people for years.
Yeah.
Now you got people like there's this kid Brick House. He started Ebony Beach Club.
Ebony Beach Club.
Where's that? Where's that?
Here in LA.
IG.
Oh, is it in LA?
Here in
I've
LA.
seen it on IG.
There's these beautiful meetups where we just get to go and be entirely ourselves at the beach.
Yeah, that looks so
with DJs
cool.
and surf lessons and not having to show up at the beach and feel like we got to fit in and be different. Like you can be what I like to call all of the infinite layers of what blackness looks like.
Yes.
Gather together and celebrate and feel like this is this is your space. Take it up.
Wow.
And there's plenty of groups up and down the coast and across the country and around the world as we are coming into community of what it looks like. And that's why, one of the reasons why I'm going to make this film.
That's cool.
That's
you
so
ever run into sharks?
Yes.
Bit.
And you
Have I been bit?
Yeah.
Bro, if I had been bit, it would be national news.
I've
I've never been bit by a shark, but I have encountered sharks.
Don't you get concerned about that? Like why like because we got certain rules. Like man, we don't do that. Like here's
up.
one thing I'll say. Like
made
I
up.
know
Made up.
That's right.
Certain rules that are made up that we don't do.
That's right.
It's all made up
That's
to
right.
keep us out of the thing that
That's
they said
right.
was theirs. It's
But
all
but
made up.
Okay, here's one thing.
Africans were surfing first in the 1700s.
and I'm going to say this, and this is going to be controversial.
I was waiting for my Van Lathan moment.
Look, I can almost say,
Van Lathan!
they're going to come after me on this one.
Yeah, you know they're coming after
I
you.
can almost say without a doubt, and this is probably a generalization, but if I'm watching the news and I see a shark bite, I can almost 100% guarantee it ain't one of us.
Of course.
But
Based on what we
then,
said.
then what's the other side of that then?
But based on the fact that we have been, for the most part, told that that ain't our space. So why would we even be out there?
Oh, so you're just saying there's not enough of us to get bit. So then why would that want to go out there to be one of them
That
to get
being
bit?
said, I do know people who look like us who have had interactions with sharks. I have a friend in South Africa who lost his brother to a shark attack.
Damn.
In South Africa as a kid because of the fact that he was surfing a beach that the beach that they were allowed to didn't have shark nets.
Oh, they
Shark nets?
Yes. So
probably
like the shark
purposely
nets
did that.
were at the whites only beaches in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
And they had to surf.
Whites-only beach
They
in
had to surf
South-
at the
crazy.
beaches where like at your own risk. And he lost his brother when he was a kid.
Oh, wow.
only beaches in South.
But
Wow.
there's no longer the case, but that was the case during apartheid. Literally whites only.
Yeah.
That is insane.
My experience with sharks and my theory around sharks is I'm entering into their space. They're not interested in me, but occasionally they might get it wrong. And
I hope the
wanna
Sharks
have
are
a sniff.
racist. That'd be good.
Right?
Our advantage.
But
I don't mind that part.
I really do feel like if sharks were fucking with humans, I would have died a long time ago. Because I know that I probably had more like been checked out by a shark more times than I would ever want
Did
to
the
know.
shark
But
say
the
like
chance,
this? What are you doing here?
the chances of it happening are super slim. Also, there are some places that I'm not paddling out at. Like I know the ratio.
Oh, okay. Right.
Like there's some neighborhoods you're not walking through.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
right.
gotcha. Okay. So
right.
you just got to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just got to know.
You
That's
also have to
that's
know.
a good, like, yeah,
What
I know
about-
the neighborhoods to go to, and
Right.
neighborhoods not to go to.
Exactly.
What about the girl? There's that girl who
Bethany
got
Hamilton.
her arm.
The arm, yeah.
I do a joke on her.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh
says,
yeah.
oh, no.
I get in her ass because she's one of the top surfers. She went in the water. Shark took her arm.
She was 13.
She's 13. Shark took her arm.
Oh, that's sad.
Of course. Oh, terrible. So she goes back out. She goes back, still surfs. And I said, this is where now I'm joking on your ass. You didn't learn your lesson. Your arm has been taken by a shark. And she's like, I'm back out. She's back out surfing. I said, I hope that same shark
No.
comes out the water.
No.
Hold on. No. I hope that same shark comes out the water and goes, what do I gotta do? You're making me look bad. You take your arm off, you're still here doing this. You keep it up, you're gonna be a torso, okay? You gotta be Italian when you do the shark. Like, can you believe this? One arm here. I can't believe this. What are you doing? I take your arm and you don't learn your lesson? Come on, get out of here.
What's wrong with you, man?
Comedians can get away with murder. If I said that, I would be done.
But, you'd be done. But yo, she went back out. I was
did.
like, this is sad.
She not only went back out, she went back out and became one of the best in the world, qualified for the world tour with one arm. Figured out, listen, when I tell you,
I'm sure she did.
paddling out with 2 arms.
No, to one arm it's not a joke.
And to also get up, she put a handle on her board.
That shark is behind her going, you better win this one.
I had another friend in Hawaii, this guy named Mike Coots, lost his leg. And now, you know what Mike Coots does for a living? He still surfs with a prosthetic, but he goes and he photographs sharks in the wild.
Wow.
Like he's built a relationship with them. He wants to preserve.
It's kind of one of those things where, because I had a coach of mine who was on a plane. This is the plane that went down that made John Madden not get on the plane anymore. Oh, yeah. And I remember talking to him. I think he'll be okay with me.
All buses, yeah.
Yeah, all buses, yeah. And Coach Ted Toner, he's my college coach. And I remember asking him, and there's a documentary coming out about him and his story, but I remember asking him in this documentary, well, what made you get back on the plane? And he says, I had to say for myself, like to me, like I knew I was going to have this experience in playing football, coaching football, that I needed to do it again to get back into it. So I wasn't going to let this thing that was, I mean, he lost a lot of his friends and he got back and obviously he went on to coach for many, many years in the NFL. And so I wonder if that's the same psychology. Like I have this relationship that you're talking about and I'm not even going to let something as devastating as that keep me away from the water.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
My friend Mick, you can look it up on YouTube. He's in an event, I think it was 2017 at Jeffreys Bay, and they have man-on-man heat. So the whole ocean's empty except for the 2 people who are surfing against each other on the tour. And you watch on camera, the water starts splashing, and a giant, like 17-foot white shark gets caught in his leash. And on camera, Mick goes into this weird mode and he punches. You don't see it. You just see the white water splashing around. Shark takes off. The shark takes off and he lives. Now there was never sort of a protocol for what happens if a shark is in the lineup. Now they got drones, etc. And people on jet skis to come and take you out until the shark passes. But yeah, and he back out.
Punch the shark, a great white.
Wow. But it's to your point, it's like your connection to the thing is so strong.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to do it with caution?
Right.
Yes. Just like, have you ever been in a terrible car accident?
Yeah.
Will like make you not want to drive ever again.
Right. Yeah, it's traumatic.
It's traumatic.
I've never been. You've been in one.
Yeah. I was playing with the Chargers at the time. Yeah, I was on the freeway on the 805 freeway at the time. And a car just lost control, got on its 2 wheels, and boom, jammed.
Like slow motion.
It happens in slow motion. You're just seeing it, and it's like boom. And I go up the embankment, the whole car thing. My OnStar goes off. Are you okay? And you're just in shock, and you're going, "Oh my goodness, I'm bleeding." I'm going, "What the hell is going on here?" You know?
And you easily would be like, "Well, that's it for cars."
Right. Yeah,
facts.
But you know you got to deal with that, so it's a good thing.
Exactly.
Last question on surfing. I want to kind of get into the other parts of your life. We talked about surfing being so popular in Africa and having its roots start there. How did Africa and how did we lose, or the perception? What is the history and where is that relationship with surfing in Africa and around the world?
So, we give a lot of other cultures the ultimate credit for surfing, and mostly within the South Pacific. And I always say, like, the African story doesn't negate the Pacific Islanders' story and their relationship with the ocean. They are stewards of the ocean and very much responsible for what we know culturally. Yes, and.
Okay.
Because also what was taking place in and around there's more coast on the continent of Africa than any place in the world, right? And indigenous peoples navigating the ocean to fish, to sail, to get from one point to the other. Also watermen, water people, and surfing, the most earliest documented of like indigenous Africans riding waves, 17th century Ghana. White people wrote that down. They wrote the receipts to be like, they are, and if you go to Ghana, you go to Senegal, you see the way these dudes navigate the waves in these little boats to go and fish. Like they're some of the most ridiculously knowledgeable watermen that I've ever seen in my life. So it's always been ours. The transatlantic slave trade was incredibly traumatic to Black bodies, right? On that ocean, shackled, all of the things, literally like people jumping off the boats rather than being on the
being
boats.
thrown off as
or
cargo.
being thrown off.
Yep.
And then you get to within slavery and you trying to swim to escape. The level of punishment, they broke us of the thing that was natural and indigenous to us when it came to water, which is how over time it became, why are you doing that white people's thing? Or the intrinsic fear that is that as a people, we still very much have this association with water. I have conversations with Black people all the time about like, they're like, I want to learn how to swim, but like I was always scared, or my family told me not to. Like, it's just, that's what we got reduced to. We got reduced to this thing being foreign to us, and you be crazy for even trying it. It's not for you. It never has been. And then people come into when people get the knowledge, to be like, wait, what? Tell me about 17th century us? Or when you go to coastal Africa, or even when you go to Jamaica and you see our relationship with what? Go to Barbados, go to other islands. People are like, what? What are you talking about?
Right.
This is what we do.
Yes.
We've been here for evers. And yeah, man, I think it's just part of the insidious and brilliant nature of white supremacy that you could just like over time tell people like,
you don't know how to surf, like the Jedi mind trick, right?
Yeah.
There's a sad brilliance to it.
I think you're so fascinating to me because you truly are culturally like just everywhere. And I think you said that about, your father talking about, where that is, ties into, just your ability as a person, your richness. And I'm not talking about just money, but just the richness of understanding culture. You grew up with a Haitian mom. You have a South African father. You grew up in between LA or California and New York.
Went to school with Method Man, don't forget that.
Forgot my Puerto Rican stepdad. That was a whole.
Puerto Rican,
you're Puerto Rican.
Okay, Puerto Rico, Boricua.
You surf, and you're probably one of very few in this space in in the States. That you surf, you snowboard. Longtime host of the X Game at the peak. You made it so cool, so popular.
Thank you.
And one of the fascinating things I wanted even from a cultural standpoint, you had a very public, relationship with Lupita Nyong'o. And I wanted to know from South Africa to Haiti to East Africa, what was that like from a cultural standpoint, when you start dating people from different cultures, right? Like I know for me.
I knew you niggas were gonna get me.
I'm just curious, because my wife is African American, she's biracial and we do things culturally different, like there's some things that she had to acquiesce to the things that I'm culturally used to and I go snowboarding. I would have never gone snowboarding if I was married to her.
All right.
If I wasn't married to her, rather. You like the way I set you up?
I knew I was driving over here. I'm like,
welcome to the jungle.
I knew at some point it would come up. What can I say? There is something about the cultural layering when you were in a relationship like that. And I had already spent time in Kenya,
Okay.
so I was familiar with Kenyan culture. But yeah, there was very interesting layers to being in sort of like an African relationship like that, but one also where you both are coming from such public sort of presence within your various countries, and then suddenly you get that type of attention from the continent.
Yeah.
I think culturally, it was familiar.
Yeah.
You know, it was familiar is what I will say. You know, I've never talked at all about that relationship. I can say that it happened,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was a relationship that happened, and I don't think that I ever want to be in a public one again.
Really? Is it because it stresses out the relationship? Or is it like, you know, you mentioned it, and I don't even know like how the content received. Were you guys like the Jay-Z and Beyonce?
But everybody's in your
content?
business.
Everyone's in
But
your
just business?
Everybody's
Okay.
in your
everyone's
business.
everyone's being in the relationship. You learn how to navigate it. There's just no control over what the back end of a public relationship looks like.
Yeah.
And yeah, that ain't fun.
Yeah. So even if the most famous single female out there comes out to you, who you name the name, and she goes like, I'm really digging that X game type swag,
Yeah,
and
I
I seen
think-
you up in Aspen,
We
you know,
can't
eating
be
that
seen
$100
together, though.
burger.
We can hang out later.
You know,
I
and
think-
she's really like into you.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever want to fly that close to the sun again.
Wow.
Damn, Icarus.
What would you warn other people? Because you know a lot of
I'm
guys.
doing no warnings.
No, not in relation to it. No, because here, and,
To the
I'm talking-
camera,
no,
please.
No, I'm gonna tell you real talk. Like some of the stuff that I'm hearing from like a lot of the NFL young guys, right? Because they see the success in the stories of the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, and they see, you know, obviously, you know, Russell. Russell Wilson and Ciara, and so
Right, yeah.
now all of the guys are like, "Yo, I gotta go get me a celebrity," right? Like that's the new thing that I'm hearing the young guys, and I'm just sitting there like the old guy in the room, going, "Is that the new thing now, right? Yeah, I gotta go get so they can put the camera on my chick in the box." I'm like, okay,
What
all
it's all
right.
cracked up.
Yeah,
to
I
you,
just
though.
think that it's a very difficult thing to navigate. You can't control what people's perception of you is,
Yeah,
what your relationship is, and who you are.
yeah,
And yeah, it is a difficult dance to publicly when it comes to an end.
yeah. It's hard. All right. Well,
How long
yeah.
were you guys together?
3 years.
That's a minute.
Yeah.
That's a minute.
And that's the last thing I'm gonna say about that.
Well,
All right.
like HBO, what's his name? Brian Gumbel. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Our next.
I only say that
Be something about.
I only say that because I made a commitment to never put our business, what was our business, out into the world, or to speak about her in any way that would reveal anything that was once
Yeah.
private, and so I keep it that way.
And I respect that.
And she's one of the most talented artists and actors that we have, and I wish her a wonderfully long and fruitful career.
Yeah, no, that's cool. No, and I appreciate that. Hell, I've known you for almost a decade, and I just found out, your father was Hugh Masekela. So, I know that you're private. You know what I mean? Like, I know that you're private. So, we'll respect that. I want to talk about the dreadlocks because
Yes.
I know you made that decision to cut it off. What was it like as you were kind of wearing it when it wasn't considered a traditional wear for television? And then what made you eventually decide to go without the dreadlocks?
It's funny, I never thought it was going to be a big deal that I had when, you reach a certain point where you're like, I'm going to grow some dreads. Right? And so you're growing your hair.
Speak for yourself.
Oh my God! Every time, because I had twists.
Right.
Like boom.
You had big twists.
I had big twists. I was chilling. Oh yeah.
And then they start to, you grow, you're twisting up. You're like, oh, maybe I'll go a little longer or whatever. And next thing you know, like, oh, okay, cool. You got a new vibe. But it also happens to be intersecting with your television career. And you're also not thinking about the white executive perception of the thing that is just natural to you. I'll give you an example. I was at E! Doing this show, The Daily 10. We just started, and they're doing all the blocking for how the show is going to work, and we're doing rehearsals, and the rehearsals are being piped up to the president in his office, who's got all the screens of all the studios that are working in the network. His name was Ted Harbert. Ted Harbert, who used to date Chelsea Handler.
Oh, gotcha. I know Chelsea. So, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
When she worked there.
That's when she got.
Right. There's a whole other end.
Yes, sir.
And so Ted was interesting. And so he comes down into the studio one day. Oh, we're so excited about the show, the new show, and da-da-da-da-da. And then he comes and he walks up, and so got this camera here on me, and then there was a big screen behind each of us, right? That would be playing, or like B-roll of what the story was in the show, or it was the top 10 stories of the day. This man walks onto set. He's talking to everybody, doing his little spiel, and he gets to me and he's like, so, I'm watching upstairs. You're so talented, by the way. And if you get hit with the "you're so talented," by the way,
by the way, Negro, I want to tell you something.
He's like, but I'm just trying to figure out, and he's going like this, looking at me. What?
He's doing the windshield wiper.
What are we gonna do here?
From one end to the other end.
What are we gonna do here?
Because I'm having problems seeing what's going on in the screen behind
such bull.
and then puts his hands in my hair.
God damn. Woo!
And so already, like, energy is like, I'm like, I'm about to kill this man. And he's touching my hair, and he's like, maybe we can put it in a pony. And I'm just like, and shout out to my producer, Bob Lifton.
God.
Bob Lifton, a real one. White man, real one. He's in the control room in the studio. My man took the headset off and just
Bionic Man
came sprinting out of the control room into the studio. Like, I saw him running in, stops just in time to be like, Ted, how are you, Ted? And grabs him. And when I tell you, I had already had, the fist was made. Like, it was at the point where the ancestors were like,
get him, strike him.
We are coming. And he came and got him just in time.
He saw it already.
He saw it happening. Yeah. Came and checked on me afterwards. Apologized. I called I'm like,
did he get? I want to know if he got like when he got in it on the scalp. And was he going?
No,
man, this is tough.
But enough that he came up in the back.
In the back.
And he's in the back from the front trying to
In the back of your head.
And I'm like, what is happening?
When I had to, people always wanted to, I remember sitting and waiting at the Comedy Cellar. I'm waiting to go up and my hair and I'm waiting. And if you've never been in a Comedy Cellar, you've been in the second one, the original one. You sit by this little bench where comics wait and there's people right there. And this girl went like that and I smacked the shit out of her hand. Pow! Stopped the show. What happened? I said, touching my hair. What's wrong with you? Right in the middle of just didn't know it. Just an audience person. And just went like that.
I just wanted to know what it felt
and
like.
I popped her. I stopped. Wow! Don't you ever touch my? Yeah, people wanted to do that to you.
Yeah, but this was an awkward. Like you can imagine.
You're like an executive.
This is the president of the network.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it was such a weird dance. And that's when I started to realize, like, oh, I guess my hair is a thing.
Jeez.
And then they're like, okay, can you wear it in a ponytail or whatever? It's just, they're all over like they talked about you in the third person about your hair.
They're all over the place.
And I didn't realize that it had become a big deal until it became a big deal. I remember running into Sway one time on the street.
Sway.
Yeah, Sway always.
Oakland. Let's go.
And we didn't know each other, but people would come up to me all the time, be like, Sway, yo, Sway, yo, please. And so I just started like signing autographs for Sway.
No, you didn't.
Brother, yes. Signing autographs for Sway. I would take pictures for Sway. So I'm walking down the street. You can ask Sway the story. I'm walking down the street in Manhattan one day, like in Soho, and I see Sway. And we see each other, we walk up to each other, we start talking, making small talk, and at a certain point he's like, yo, do you know how many times I just be taking pictures and signing autographs as you?
Sal!
And I go, yes, I do. And we had the biggest laugh about it because you're not thinking about, I'm not thinking to myself, like, it's just Sway and we're the only dreads on Main Street. Like, you just,
it's just you.
It's just you.
Right.
And honestly, when I cut my hair, it was just time. I had just gotten out of a 7-year relationship. The show had just gotten canceled. I was just like in this space where I had gotten to this weird space where like I started to resent walking outside. This is when I was at the peak of being known. And I started to resent the familiarity that people felt like they had with me just based off of seeing me. Mm-hmm. Like they'd see me and like sometimes they wouldn't know my name, but they'd be like, you're the black guy with the dreadlocks from the X Games. What's up, bro? And then like just come in and like space invade.
Yeah.
Which happens to people when you deal with it all the time when you reach a certain, so there's a part of it where you're flattered, but it had crossed a point, especially at E, where I wasn't psyched on why people were psyched on me. No. Like by the time that show ended, like I was in a bad place. Like I hated the show. I hated the network. I hated how the entertainment news cycle, like our show started off as fun and then they wanted us to pretend like it was news. And they'd be like, your friends, if you have information about your celebrity, what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you crazy? What?
Yeah.
Like it was.
I would never give that. I've been asked that before.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you out of your damn minds? Like I come here to sort of provide sort of a wink and a nod smile, but we're not. This isn't news.
Right.
Let Seacrest and those people do the news. This is a pop culture show that we try to keep light. And I was just done. And I remember one day, I also would have these conversations with my team every few years where I'd be like, I think I'm gonna cut my hair. And they'd be like, whoa, can't cut your hair. It's the brand. I'm like, what? Yeah, if you cut the dreads, I mean, what do we have left?
Jeez.
And I'm telling you, lawyer, business manager, agent, all on the phone, like
about your hair.
Like having an intervention with you about
signature
two
look.
things: my hair and my name, because I always wanted to run myself as Selema. I didn't want to be Sal, and at various points where I'm like, I think I'm gonna cut my hair, and they just talked me out of it. And I got to this point where I was like, if people are only with me because I'm the cool black guy with dreadlocks, like if that's the perception and they're not listening to or with like, if we're not building relationship in the storytelling that I'm doing, then why am I even in this business?
No.
Like, I should just go do something else. And then one day I just didn't ask for permission.
Yeah.
I did it. I called the barber. My barber was like, "Do you have a note?"
Are they gonna?
My man Woody,
Yeah.
he said, "Do you have a note?" I said, "Brother, I'm coming in." My boy Jason came with the camera and we documented it. And then when they cut the first 2 locks, bro, I was super emotional. And you start learning about how the hair, your dreads like store energy and life. And I just needed to let go of that phase of me. And so it was kind of a spiritual decision, I think. And then I remember that next day when I walked out my house, I'm walking past people who knew me.
Didn't even know.
Anonymity, baby.
I need 2 purrs.
In a way, yeah. Can I get 2 purrs?
Yeah.
But the anonymity felt great, and then it also became this thing where I was like, my team was pissed, and I was like, look, if we go out of business because of this, it's been great, but I feel amazing.
Yeah.
And it didn't. Did it perhaps? I'm sure there's jobs that I didn't get around that time
Wow.
because I was no longer that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that I doubly f***ed it up when I officially like dropped Sal and just went to Selema, and I was.
Did that happen at the same time? You dropped Sal?
Like 6 years later.
6 years later, you dropped Sal and went with Selema.
Yeah, after my dad died.
What made you choose to go Sal? Were you pressured into getting Sal?
When I moved to California, the kids couldn't pronounce Selema, and so one day,
They're
They're like salmonella. Yeah.
and I remember like.
Salmonella.
I swear to you,
Salmonella?
a week into being in the school, this kid walked up and he's like, "Dude, we figured it out, bro." I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're Sal." And next thing you know, I'm walking down the hallway like, "Yeah, Sal. Yeah, Sal. What's up, Sal?" And you're also a kid, right? So you want to fit it. So you're like,
in,
okay,
sure. I'm Sal.
I guess I'm Sal now. But I would introduce myself all the time as Selema, but people call me Sal.
Wow. But those same kids could say charcuterie.
Brother. Yes.
Right, that's 4.
I literally say that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, if you can say charcuterie, you can say Selema.
Did the brothers say you a Selma, brother? Selma.
Selma.
Selma, Alabama.
Yeah.
We gonna call you
My dad used to call me Sel sometimes.
Sel. Okay, Sel. Yeah.
But
Sel would have been better.
Yeah, it would
At
have
least,
been.
Like,
but it was around. It was in the midst of George Floyd. Was when
oh wow.
That's when I was like,
Selema.
I literally was like, if y'all are gonna be killing us
Word.
in the street indiscriminately, and this is Mike Brown, George Floyd, Sandra, I was like, I no longer would like to be remotely digestible for convenience at all.
Let's go.
I'm done being convenient for the Midwest audience, which I was told literally verbatim, stay Sal, so that the Midwest households, it just feels familiar.
Ugh.
And I went on Instagram. I literally was like, Sal's dead. It's Selema Masekela. That's my name from here on out.
Period.
It's Selema. Changed my IG and all my socials to Selema. Again, the team is like, what are you doing to us? And I was like, if it just comes down to this convenience, and if that's the only thing that's been keeping me employed, then I should get on with whatever the next chapter of my life is supposed to be.
Wow. Wow. So what did you learn from all your years at the X game? and then you're now working back with the X Games.
I am.
In a different capacity, not host.
Yeah, I got a paid television education at ESPN. Like, straight up. I came in there incredibly knowledgeable about my sports.
Yep.
Like an expert in surfing, skating, and snowboarding. But I didn't know anything about television.
Right.
But I was the expert in my culture and in my sport. And they were like, okay, we're going to teach you how to be a sideline reporter, how to do play-by-play, how to be a host, how to be a journalist. I got flown out to seminars where I'd have to go and do these intensive studies, and I'd be sitting amongst Stuart Scott and the best in the business and all these things. And I learned how to take my natural talent and how to become a professional, and how to take my passion and talent and communicate it in a way so that people who do the sports can be like, all right, he's got us. But my favorite thing is winning a person who was like, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
And if I could get you to go from why am I watching this to like, oh, I f with this, then I had done my job. And that was the gift that I got in my 13 years at ESPN. I got the college education and the master's degree that people like go to school for. And I'm very, very, very grateful for what I got, because then that allowed me to go everywhere. I've worked at Vice, I've worked at National Geographic, I've worked at NBC, I've gotten to go and do the E thing, etc. I've gotten to do, whatever. I've got any place that I felt like I have an ability, I have actually gotten the opportunity. I was a sideline reporter on the NBA for the Western Conference on ESPN and ABC.
Crazy.
Like, and I'll always be able to say like, yo, I held a microphone in Shaq and Kobe's face at the same time.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Like
it's recorded.
How did a kid who got a job answering the phones at a magazine get to go to this place? And the other thing that I had that was the real gift that I carried with me was what I got to watch my father doing as a kid.
Yeah.
Like watching that man on stage and in rooms and in interviews, and his storytelling and his passion and the pride and the practice that he put into what he did. And that whooping that I got about you're not cool and find a way to get in that thing, I took that seriously. That's what gave me what it's given me.
Well, you took your father's legacy, made your own legacy, and you helped impact another legacy, and something that I was able to create for my own family. So I want to say thank you for giving us your time, man. This was a beautiful conversation. We actually kind of went
from Joseph to now. From the party being out there parking lot pimping.
Yeah, man.
It all comes full circle. This is great.
Man, we appreciate you rocking with us here on 154.
I really appreciate it, man.
Do I have to do a Godfrey game?
Oh, is there a Godfrey game?
Because here's the thing. Knowing both of you individually and differently. And then when I watched y'all come together, I was like, oh, this is the ultimate link up.
Oh man, appreciate that.
I was like, oh, this is the ultimate link up. And then I saw what the premise was, and I was like, these brothers are about to crack off. It was brilliant. And I've just been happy for y'all.
Man,
and seeing the conversations
it's cool.
and knowing that this is a podcast that literally can reach the entirety of the diaspora. You don't have to worry about being cool over here. Like no one has tapped this in the way that you have.
We're trying to crack the code.
So
you're cracking the code.
And I want to still give a shout out to CJ because I tell people, I was in a whole bunch of Nigerians. I was in a hotel, a whole bunch of Nigerians. They were talking about you. They were at an event with you. They're like, we were just seeing Akbar. They were, when I tell you, it was frenzy. Like the 154, do you know what you guys are doing? Oh, they were losing it. And I go, by the way, it was a Black American that created the show. Just want to let you know that. They're like, no. I said, yeah. So we're all in this together, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
for a Black American to go, hey man, I have this idea. Nigerian American. I go, thank you.
Building
Thank
a
you.
bridge.
And I want to stress CJ and then
shout out to your team, because this shared connection, the people who sit and listen in commonality of story and experience that reach across the entirety of the diaspora here in America, on the continent, and beyond.
Period.
Now you've created a safe space and community for everybody.
Yes. Yep.
And it is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. It's great.
We
And
got
I have a little
Godfrey game.
Godfrey game.
Turn off your phone, man.
Man, my phone. I didn't know it started ringing now, man. Let me see. What's this bullshit?
Godfrey game show.
Oh man, it's a bum calling me. Yeah, man. You ever see bums call you like, man, what do you want?
How do you still have my number?
Yeah. And you know how you have so many contacts and you go, ugh, are you serious? Out of the J's? Come in?
Out of the J's.
There's some letters I don't even go with. There's a bum section right here. All right, wait, here we go. Here's a Godfrey game, right? I'm gonna list various X Games and Olympic sports and you have to choose who you believe would have a better chance at winning them between myself, Akbar, are you ready?
Yes. This is great. Already.
Okay, ready? BMX.
You.
Yeah! Woo!
Dang, you didn't even consider me.
Yeah!
Brother, you're 6'6",
man. I'm too heavy. Pop a wheelie, Akbar.
I'm sorry. I'm drafting a team straight.
Oh, go ahead.
Ready? Skateboarding.
Sorry.
Just give it to me.
Here's the thing. Actually, I'm going to give that to Akbar. And here's why. The footwork necessary as a football player.
True. I was a wide receiver. What's up?
Bro, you didn't play where he played.
No, I sure didn't.
Not on the level. And Tony Hawk is 6'5". And
Tony Hawk, is he?
he's 6'5".
Yeah, no, I met him.
He's 6'5".
Okay.
And tall skateboarders with style, they have a super advantage. And this man is nimble.
I appreciate that. 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
Motocross. You know it's me. Watch. You know motocross.
No. Just so you know, I'm really good
No.
at Sea-Doo.
Look, motocross.
I got an e-bike.
Listen, I'll hit that corner like this.
No. And I play football, which is dangerous.
Motocross.
You know what I mean?
I don't have any fear.
I don't have any fear.
Stop
You know what I mean?
I already would BMX, motocross,
hold on.
bike,
And I scuba dive.
Bike.
I scuba dive. I've been scuba diving.
What does motocross and scuba diving have anything to do
because
with?
that means I'm dangerous.
Because you heavy, you sink.
I got to give you motocross.
Yeah.
Here's why. Again, sorry. And this is size bias.
Yeah.
But they're the jockey, like Supercross.
Yeah,
they're
like
jockeys.
The jockeys, like little dudes.
Like little people?
They're little people.
I'm a little person compared to you. I'm a little person.
They're like you're the closest thing to the jockey for Supercross.
You know, on the bike.
Yeah.
He just called you short.
When they hit, I don't care.
Shout out to Bubba Stewart.
Bubba.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. So he's up right
And
now.
Hamilton.
1-1.
Lewis.
Well, Lewis was in a car.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
See, he doesn't even know this game.
Yeah.
Inline skating.
Again, that goes back to Akbar.
Yeah,
He's got
I got you on
he's
that.
got
Why?
that nice. He got the happy
you on that
feet.
one, too.
He got the nice
Yeah.
feet.
Come on, man. I'm nice with it.
He got the nice
Surfing. Yeah.
feet. You did it to yourself.
No.
Let's go! Let's go!
You did it to yourself.
Surfing, boy!
Hold on.
Watch this.
No, but it's who would be better at it. He doesn't really know how to surf.
I did better than you.
The depth of your reluctance towards
Thank
the thing,
you. I
and
was
he already
in.
embraced it.
Bro,
he
but
had the advantage.
I was in Hawaii.
That's not the last one, though, right?
What?
That's not the last one?
Nah, man. Here we go.
Okay, where are we at?
It's me. Ice climbing.
Oh, I'll give him that to Akbar.
Yeah, upper body strength.
He got the length.
I don't care. You can have it.
I went ice climbing this year for the first
How was
time in Shaman. It was terrifyingly wonderful.
You went with Charlemagne the God?
Charlemagne the guy. He'd be like
was in
this.
Chamonix.
I ain't never been out.
I was in Chamonix.
Oh, you was in Chamonix. I was like, Charlemagne the God?
Charlemagne be like this. You know, I was with Selema Masekela and we went ice climbing.
I do not think that Charlemagne the God even knows who I
That's
am.
my man. Charlemagne going ice climbing.
He's not. From what I've seen of Charlemagne, I don't know each other. I don't think he's going ice climbing.
He is definitely. He'd be like a donkey of the day goes to
3-3. We're up 3-3.
Skiing. Okay.
4-3. I'm up.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Got you.
No, I got you on
What
that
are
one.
you talking about?
Man, what? I'll take you down to the
years in
ground right
martial
now.
arts. What are you talking about?
He's got the martial arts background.
I got martial arts background.
No, you don't. You're a liar.
Boy, I studied Kempo when I was younger.
No, when you do this, why are you doing this?
Hanasu, I can do all that.
Setting that. I did Hapkido longer than you.
Here's the thing about jiu-jitsu, because I do jiu-jitsu.
Uh-huh.
Smaller dudes
Should I call Gracie right now? Because I can call the
Which
Gracie.
one?
I can call the Gracie
tell
family.
them there's 30 of them.
I can call the Gracie family now.
Which one?
I mean,
No,
come
you
on
can't.
now. I mean, come on. Like, I mean, what we doing here?
No, go
Like, what
call
we
him.
doing here?
Which Gracie?
What does that have to do
I
with
eat acai bowls too. You know what I mean?
You ate acai balls. Ew, pause.
I don't know. I mean, you know what? Here's the thing about jiu-jitsu. I would actually, we're 3-3.
4-3.
I'm winning.
I'm 4-3. I'm up.
It's
With-
4-4.
If you give this to
It's
him,
4-4.
It's me.
So here's the thing. This is what I suggest for the show. I suggest that y'all go to a jiu-jitsu dojo.
Yep.
Gi up, get some instruction, and have a match.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do to him. I'm gonna sit.
No,
I'm gonna tell you. It's gonna be over in 10 seconds. I'm gonna walk up like old school Steven Seagal with my hands swaying like this. He's gonna try to do one of these little things. I'm gonna go, boom, and
That's
just take
not
him straight down.
jiu-jitsu.
I'm gonna do that Steven Seagal
And
on
I'm
him.
just gonna go like this and just.
Listen to me. I really think that this would be good for the show.
I look.
I
I'm
really think this would be
100% sure I will take him down.
I know that we could definitely get some Gracies,
I'm gonna poke you in the
get
eye.
some instruction.
He doesn't
and
know how to grapple.
I would
All
watch.
I gotta do is like this.
Huh?
And I would come and announce
yeah.
it. But I think this would be a very.
Can you say armbar?
Of course.
Yeah, you're gonna say Akbar with the armbar.
Sweet. But let's do it.
You know what? I did a little jiu-jitsu in Brazil. When I was in Brazil,
Yeah.
I did
Man,
it.
I didn't care that
This
you
guy
was in
named his
Brazil
name.
doing what?
Guess what his name was? Fabricio. All Fabricios do jiu-jitsu.
Right.
I was in Brazil. I was hanging out in
guess
Sao
what?
Paulo and
when you're-
Copacabana Beach.
And when you're doing well, and they're going isu.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know nothing about jiu-jitsu.
I again.
Damn.
You see that? But you see that right there?
I'm pretty sure we're onto something here, and I will be there for it.
Just so you know, and again, I'm gonna let you get the final call on this. I'm 6'6", 270 pounds,
Hey,
and I've got really good low gravity.
Doesn't matter in jiu-jitsu. Y'all are the ones who end up a lot of times end up getting tied in knots by little dudes.
I ain't gonna let this dude get me, man.
But that being said, gi up.
all right, gee up. Man.
You know what a gi is?
Yeah, the
Gee up.
gi. It makes all that noise when you be.
That ain't Indian butter that they
Call
cook with.
call some Gracies. Let's go to a dojo.
Yeah.
This is a very special episode.
Yeah. All right.
Today on a special episode of 154.
Oh, hey, that's gonna be the most watched one right there. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for
My
watching.
man,
Yo,
Selema
154. Selema Masekela.
Let's go, baby!
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like, ain't no place like.